Hello, hello. Alright, so for this stream, the music just stopped now, I feel weird. The stream, the goal is to clear the Abyss. We're on my Polearm Only account, in case you didn't read the title for some reason. I have cleared this Abyss cycle. This Abyss cycle is probably, you know, the hardest that I could possibly be for a Polearm Only account because, you know, it has the mostly Chamber 2 in the second side, right? With the shield check is pretty awkward since the most relevant ways you can, most relevant things you can do to clear the shields fast is Electro and Hydro, and we have two Electro characters, one of which, you know, has a coordinated attack that doesn't function. Great. That doesn't function on the Electro shields. Like, and this character doesn't output that much total Electro application, and you want high application to get through shields. And then Cyno is actually one of the good options that I have used actually to clear this. I did 36 star this Abyss already. And then Candace, of course, exists. And Candace can, you know, don't underestimate, right? Like, what you make of Candace's Hydro application, particularly with C6, is particularly how you can utilize her infusion. And when you group the Electors properly, you can actually use Candace to get through the Elector shields. It's not impossible. But I think what we're going to do today is a mix of Cyno and Candace. Is it probably the best solution? Also, oh yeah, I did look into briefly before starting this stream. I forgot to pop it up. Here you go. Here's the chat. This is still broken. The CSS is still broken. I do know why it's broken now. It's because YouTube did a change that, like, basically blocks custom CSS injection into HTML. So there is a fix for it, but I haven't done the fix yet. I gotta investigate it a little bit more, so still gotta bear with me for this. Hopefully I'll fix it soon. Anyways, does Emilie's signature not match her outfit? I disagree. I think it looks good. I really like the look of this weapon. I don't know. I completely disagree with the idea that all weapons, like, it's a green character, it must have green stick. Like, I disagree. Sorry. Show crit ratio, bro. Yes, I will in a second. So, anyways, the goal is to clear without Arlecchino, right? Because Arlecchino is a good character for Polearms Only, right? Like one of the main ways, and I think I had a stream, by the way, where I cleared this Abyss with Arlecchino's C6 turned off, and I turned off her C6 by putting her on like a healing bonus circlet that wasn't leveled up at all, right? Because the main thing that C6 is doing, if you're not using her burst, and I don't think I used her burst to clear meaningfully, at least. No, I'm pretty sure if I recall correctly, I didn't use her burst at all. So put a healing bonus circlet on, which if you look at my crit circlet, right, I actually lost more crit value from going to a healing bonus circlet than C6 gives me. So it was technically worse than turning C6. So basically, and then not using her burst, it basically made it so, you know, C3 to C6 were off. And the reason I did that is because I would have been able to get Arlecchino C3 without spending any money on Arlecchino. And I still don't know how I feel about the fact that I spent money on the account, yada, yada, yada. The point is, I want to do one final proof. One final proof of, even though Arlecchino is one of the best characters, I love playing her. I will continue playing her. I want to do one final proof in this hardest Abyss cycle ever of clearing this Abyss without Arlecchino. I think it was technically possible, but horrifyingly no. Like, I didn't want to. Without Arlecchino before Emilie released. But now I think should be actually relatively doable without losing my sanity, right? like without Emilie, I think clearing this Abyss cycle without Arlecchino was okay. I can optimize this down for 15 hours and maybe succeed. And now I think it's just, I need to maybe spend an hour is my guess, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, is this account free to play? No, I've kept it low spender, which what you define as low spender depends on you. Even with the money that I spent for the Arlecchino video, which was the only money that I actually spent was like $160, but there was also an additional sponsor top up. So, you know, it was more of equivalent of like 250. But I did the math back then and divided it out, and like I think the average I've spent on Polearms Only with all the, like, I haven't been buying the battle pass at all for like over a year on Polearms Only because it's been, well, I shouldn't say at all. I think I bought one or two to get the new battle pass weapon, but the battle pass is not very worthwhile on Polearms Only anymore because I can't really utilize the resources to any meaningful degree. And then I bought Welkins, but again, not throughout the entire history of the account, but I buy Welkins when I feel like I need to build up Primogem resources for future characters. Such as, you know, after I do stupid things like going for C6 Arlecchino kind of drains your resources and means I kind of need to do Welkins to build out resources so I can just make sure I can pull for polearm characters, right? So, anyways, like, I don't think this account would have a problem succeeding if it was free to play, but it would have been a lot harder to get certain things that the account has, and it would be a lot harder to take some of the risks I took, like going for weapons, for example. Like if I was staying free to play, it just wouldn't make sense to risk on weapon banner, right? But also this account has gotten like stupid lucky, in my opinion. And I have Emilie constellations, like yet another example of getting stupid lucky. I can't, like, what the frick? How lucky I got with Emilie. So yeah, I have all the polearms in the game, but we're gonna try to clear without Arlecchino today, and I think we're gonna do it. And I don't think it's gonna be that hard, actually, but we'll see. So yeah, this is the Emilie build, by the way. I don't think this will be changing. We're not gonna activate our constellations this video. Maybe, well, actually, maybe we'll activate after we clear it. The reason we're doing this now, by the way, is because this enemy cycle is finally leaving in like 4 days or something. So maybe I want to wait to activate these constellations until after that new cycle, now that I think about it. But maybe we'll see how I feel after I'm done clearing here. But I have no idea what the new enemy cycle looks like, by the way. So, we'll see. Don't spoil it for me. I actually prefer going in blind. Oh yeah, something I didn't mention about Emilie is, like, actually Xiao teams. It's not that much better, but Xiao teams before, the problem is, like, we don't have the normal buffers for Xiao to make him good. So it's basically how many good off-field damage dealers can you pair with Xiao to make him usable. And now that we have a new off-field damage dealer, I can actually do Xiao, Emilie, Xiangling together. And then I have a flex slot, most likely Xiangling still, right? But before it was like Xiao, Xiangling, Rosaria was the best option, and it just, like, it wasn't very good. But I think Xiao, Xiangling, Emilie is actually quite a bit better. It's not very insane. It's not like, oh my god, I want to play Xiao all the time now. It's not like the same degree where Sino and Emilie is super fun. Xiao and Emilie is just like, it's better than what I had before. So yay for having more off-field damage dealers. Level your Xiao to 90? No. Why? Because I think it's funny leaving him 87. Yes, it will say it takes me functionally no resources to do so. But also, by the way, I keep on forgetting. I keep condensing my resin by habit, and I keep forgetting I need to try to farm for some bosses to be able to challenge the highest difficulty of the current Imaginarium Theater here. But, oh well, I keep forgetting. So yeah, plan, I think is going to be a Chevreuse team on the first side of Abyss with Hybrid Raiden as the main damage dealer. And then, in Hybrid Raiden, I didn't have to spend, like, I want to emphasize, I didn't have to spend any money for this. I just had, like, I saved a guarantee for like 9 months or something stupid. I need to reconfigure our build. But I saved a guarantee for like 9 months or something stupid, all the way to the Chevreuse Raiden banner last December, and then managed to get, you know, Chevreuse and Raiden, I got Raiden C6 at like Raiden. I got Chevreuse C6 and Raiden C3 at like the same exact pull or something. So I'm not gonna try not to use. The reason I don't want to try not to use Arlecchino is as a proof of, like, it was pointless to spend money. It was pointless to, you know, get this. It's just fun, right? And that's why I want to clear. I want to clear the hardest Abyss ever without the strongest character on the account, right? And I think a Sino team in the second half with Emilie. Sino, Emilie, Toma, Candace is my current plan. At least for the first chamber. We might have to do, maybe for the second chamber, because Candace is not going to be doing much for the second and third chamber. We might have to switch to like Xiangling for more defensive utility. But Sino, Toma, Candace, and also Candace is kind of problematic potentially for Sino, Toma, Emilie, because the Hydro could interfere with things. But the idea would be mostly just using Candace for shield breaking. So, anywho's, we're gonna farm here quick, and then we'll mosey on over there. I think this will go well. I forgot Xiangling was here. My chat broke? I feel like my chat is broke. Or it's just there's not anyone talking. Might be just there's not anyone talking. Yeah, just doing the farming quick. We'll go over there very shortly. Oh, I have 155 viewers in the benches. Not many people thought. Alright, that's fine. Second side sounds a bit scuffed. Yeah, the problem is like, Sino would be preferable on the first side, in my opinion, but the problem is, okay, who do I use in the second side to shield break if I use Sino on the first side? Like, I think Sino on the first side can work well, but I don't think it's going to be able to clear the first chamber. Like the goal is to give as much time for the first chamber. The challenge is like clear the first chamber as fast as possible. First chamber, first half, as fast as possible. To be able to give me as much time as possible for the second half, right? Because the shield breaking is just going to be slow, is all it comes down to. And, oh, that was kind of pointless, but whatever. So, I don't know. Will it work? We'll see. I think it will. I think it will, because I haven't tried the Sino team in the second half, though, so the Sino Emilie variation in the second half. Emilie is obviously not going to help with shield breaking, but she will help with, like, good sustained damage output outside of the shield breaking portion, right? So, anyways, that could actually be an on-set piece for Emilie. Could enable me to do a off-piece goblet eventually. What con is Arlecchino? She is C6, but I cleared Arlecchino with C6 disabled in the past. And, yeah, we'll see. But I want to clear without Arlecchino at all, right? Just using me as background noise. I have my own Emilie stuff to be testing. It's fair. We'll be getting on shortly. I might be bad background noise this video because I mean, it's a 4-line. You never know. I'm gonna be I'd say I'm not the best source of background noise this time around because I might have to be focused actually, since, you know, believe it or not, this might be a bit of a challenge. That's the goal. I'm trying to give myself a challenge. Didn't sort of zoop that much. But. What's your opinion on a Hyper Bloom with Emilie? I mean, if you're bringing some pyro into the mix, it can be pretty compelling. Otherwise, like, you could have C2 Emilie. Like, one thing I can do on Polearms Only, for example, is when I activate C2 Emilie, I could do Emilie. Like, one of the main problems with Hyper Bloom on Polearms Only is that, like, Yaoyao's Dendro application is weird. Like, it's just not good in single target, and then it's good in AoE, but it's just right. It's like it's the main limiter I saw is Yaoyao's Dendro application. So having a second Dendrine, I could do Xiaoyao, Emilie, Candace, Raiden for like a double Dendro team, right? Emilie's not going to be doing much personal talent damage in that team, but if you have C2 Emilie, you have C2 Emilie, this reduces Dendro resistance. It can actually increase your Hyper Bloom damage. So like, well, you C6 on a side account? Yeah, of course. Why? Why if I'm gonna C6 Arlecchino, I'm gonna do it on a side account, not my main account. It's more fun. I still can't believe we managed to get her. I had to get so lucky to be able to get her. I didn't Giga Whale for her. I spent a little bit of money for the concept of the video I made, which had no intention to get C6, and then I got enough constellations because I got lucky. I got decent enough luck early on, and then I was like, maybe I can get C6. And then by grinding my life away, and I grinded my life away and got C6. So, anywho's. How'd you decide which weapon type is going to be your second account? I saw Java the Cups making swords only videos, like back when I was first starting, or when I first played Genshin, and I didn't see anyone else doing polearm videos, and I was like, I like polearm, I like some of the polearm characters, and I don't know when I'm ever going to be able to pull for them on my main account. And I had time, at the time, I had time in my life to be able to spend time making a video, and I was like, screw it. I don't know where this is going to go, but I'll do it. Why not, right? Yeah, we'll throw that in. Emilie doesn't necessarily... Like, I already have, like, that artifact, basically. Right? Like, it could technically be an upgrade over this one if it gets, you know, 2 more crit damage rolls, so, I don't know, for funsies. What do I have not gotten a double crit attack percent piece in this set yet. I've spent so much resin. Alright, well, that's amusing. Do I need this actually as an off piece for someone? I don't know. Like, this could be actually a crack Shenhe off piece. What is my highest amount of ER I have on attack time piece? Sorry for the distraction here. When you get, don't underestimate the value. Yes. Okay. See, told you. Wait, no, that's not that piece. That is not even. Okay, that's funny. Wait, why is it not showing at the top here? It literally has more ER and it's at level 16. Okay. Yeah. So don't underestimate the value of having pieces with a whack ton of ER on them. That's technically an upgrade for my Shenhe. Well, sorry, it doesn't have flat attack. It's not objectively an upgrade, but anywho's. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna level this to 20. Mostly because if it has like 28 ER, it's kind of cracked. Not for Emilie. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Now I think I'm gonna throw it away because like I don't care about 0.7% more ER for my Shenhe, and then, especially if I'm losing flat attack, I can just throw that away. In my case, but anyways, don't underestimate those pieces with high ER. None of you still play Woola. How do you feel about different enemies essentially just being differently colored damage numbers in that game? Or different elements. I read that wrong. Yeah. I've criticized much about Wuthering Waves in the past, wherein like, yeah, you can have different elements, but you gotta make them do something more than just being like type weaknesses against enemies. Like even Pokemon, like if you're gonna be like, oh well, like Pokemon is all elements and type weaknesses. No, but the difference in Pokemon is that there's nuance in Pokemon can have different type moves to use against enemies, right? You're not completely shoveled down, like, it's stupid, it's garbage, it's really dumb. That's my opinion. It is one of the things that made me grow to dislike Wuthering Waves' combat. So, anywho's. We need to change some builds around. I should have done this before the stream, I just forgot, I'm sorry. Okay, so Emily's fine. I think Cyno's fine. Right, so the plan is Cyno, Emilie, Candace should be fine too. We might actually want more ER on Candace, but I think because we're not actually going to use her burst, maybe ever, outside of in the first chamber, I think it was fine. I mean, we can see what will happen if we use her burst, but I think her burst will interfere with the burning, aggravate stuff we got, balance we got going on with Emilie, Cyno, Toma. So the plan is Emilie, Cyno, Toma, Candace for the second side for shield breaking. And then first side is Shivers, Raiden. And oh wait, frick. So okay, problem. Normally I would do, you know, Raiden, you, and then like Toma. But I need Toma. I do need Toma for Cyno. That is not an option. No, what? Come on. Frick. So, I think I have to throw in Hu Tao. I mean, look, there is an upside to this in that, like, it's like, oh, my Raiden burst ended, but like an enemy is just not quite dead. I can switch to Hu Tao. So yeah, use Emilie side one. No, I need to. Like, you got to realize, like, the problem here is the shields. The problem here is the shields. So the goal is to clear as fast as possible in the first half and give me as much time as possible on the second half. And my options for breaking the Lecter shields in this account are Raiden, who is the worst character of the 3 characters that can shield break Lecters. And then Cyno, who is actually probably the best at sustained output, but it takes a little bit of time still. And then Candace can actually front load some shield breaking potential pretty quickly. I need to group them properly to do so, but yeah. Like the Raiden, no, Emilie on the second side. Like I would love to swap these teams because like I do think Cyno would have a better time. Like Cyno is pretty single target focused. I think Cyno would be really nice against Magukenki. He would be able to clear Magukenki the Dorito pretty fast. So if we need to, one approach that we're going to do is we'll clear first chamber and then if this arrangement for the second and third chamber doesn't work out, then I will swap the teams around for the second and third chamber, right? That's something you can do. You can go on a chamber by chamber basis, configure different teams for different chambers as a way to beat the Abyss. I will see if I can clear all the way through with this team. But yeah, the first and primary problem to deal with is this chamber. So, anywho's, I think Xiangling should be fine. Well, actually, I don't know. Arguably, if I'm trying to hyper-optimize down Raiden's damage performance in this team, I should maybe not use her on a hybrid build. Actually, no, frick. I can't do it on a hybrid build. No, I have to use normal Raiden. I'm sad. Okay. Frick. Well, wait, can I make no. Okay, I shouldn't try to make no. I should not try to make normal Raiden work because why C3 Raiden but no signature weapon? Because I got C3 Raiden on when wishing for Chevreuse. Not when I didn't really care that much about getting C3 Raiden. I just cared to guarantee all the way to Chevreuse's banner, and they ran them together, which was really beneficial for me. Yep. I have the weapon. I should, like, arguably, I should probably use this on Raiden. The problem is, right here, let me show you what my Raiden engulfing build looks like. One, I don't like taking away from Xiangling because it makes her more annoying. But, right, you know, the catch exists. You might say, oh, the catch is great for her, except for I can tell you, the catch loses a lot of relative value compared to engulfing when you don't have Bennett, right? See her total attack stat, 1311 there with the catch. Like, that's not great for total attack, but when you have Bennett buffing her attack, it's not that bad, right? Because he adds like a kilo Bennett crown burst can add like 1200 attack to her and like literally double her attack. But engulfing, right? Look how high her attack goes. Well, sorry, she's not in combat. You gotta put her in combat to see that. At a baseline, it only looks like, you know, it's 100 attack there, right? But engulfing, not only does it make her energy needs vastly lower and makes her much more usable solo pyro, her attack goes up to 1987. Actually, okay, the catch would probably be more like 1500, I think, with pyro resonance. To be fair, so I unironically consider this to be Xiangling's signature weapon. I'm sorry. So, it's not a joke. Like, I joke about it sometimes saying it's Xiangling's signature weapon because I think it's funny to say that. So it is a joke in that sense because I think it is funny. But on this account, I objectively think it is actually her signature weapon. So I would prefer not removing it from her, but in this case, because of the fact, like if I could do my hybrid build, I actually really like hybrid Raiden with Chevreuse, because, you know, like since we're gonna be doing Hu Tao things, we might be bursting on Hu Tao, and it'll actually be good to have Raiden have some more EM, so she's doing more off-field damage, versus just being relegated to her on-field burst damage. And my build with engulfing lightning is kind of, it's not bad per se, but I think the problem you will see, let's see, right? Like, I have spent so much Resonant Emblem, man. I just don't have the perfect spread of artifacts to like keep Xiangling equipped with the build I prefer and keep Raiden. Like, I could yoink my Xiangling's artifacts for Raiden and make a pretty good normal, like, but I need to use them both. So, I don't know. Let's keep some EM on her. She'll do some off-field damage, would be the idea there. Use that. What do we have for onset goblet? That's pretty good. I can't remember. That's on Candace. Okay. I mean, Candace doesn't need, well, she kind of does like the ER, but we'll see what the ER is on Raiden. This one's obviously better for Raiden, so actually, okay. I think Candace will be fine. You like that? There we go. Okay. And then Electro Goblet. Also, problem we're using Sino, so actually, oh no, Sino's using this. I forgot. Oh yeah. Okay. Use this. All right. What do we look like? Engulfing. Okay. I needed some more crit damage. Wait, what was our E? What was our ER at? ER is fine. Alright. Okay. I should pull on for Engulfing Lightning on Raiden's next rerun. My current intention as far as like saving for things on Polearms Only would be getting another copy of Staff of Scarlet Sands so that I could, you know, just use my hybrid build in this context and I'd be happy. But also so I have another copy of Staff of Scarlet Sands for her. Particularly now that I will be playing Sino more. But anyways. Oh, frick. What do we have for crit damage circlets? I mean, that is interesting. Okay, here, we'll switch back to this, because give Candace a tiny bit more ER. Yep. See, this is the problem, right? It's whack in one direction or another. Do I have any higher crit rate piece than this? I mean, I can have the Xiangling piece. Do I just yoink the Xiangling piece? I could probably just yoink the Xiangling piece. Alright. Well, yoink one piece from Xiangling. It's still kind of cope. God damn it. Ah. Let's see, this is why I hate riding on a normal build, man. I hate it. I hate building around a normal build. It sucks. God, this character sucks. Why? They made a 5-star carry that doesn't have any free f***ing crit. Did you listen, big dogs? What does that mean? I'm sorry. Nice achievement count, 666. I have 666 achievements. Nice. Perfect. Frick me. Like, the only thing that would solve this... Wait, do I have... Oh. Okay. This looks so cope as far as a goblet goes, but here. Alright, switch back to that, right? And then crit rate, crit damage, off piece circlet. Alright, yeah. Like this. Doesn't look that good. It really doesn't look that good. like these artifacts are good enough quality, but still doesn't. Whatever. We'll try it like that, I think, because this hurts Xiangling the least, I think. To do it like this, I think it's fine. So, I don't know. If we need to, right, particularly for the first chamber, since Sino having the extra damage output from Staff of Scarlet Sands might not be as important relative to like if we need to, I'll consider just Staff of Scarlet Sands on Sino if we struggle here. We'll see how the clear times go. It's gonna be a bit goofy. And not playing with any shielder is gonna also be a slight rough bit, but you know what? It's fine. We're doing as we can. Okay. That was a crazy song to listen to. What song? Burst damage is okay for Raiden at least, and for Xiangling, so for this team. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely still hit big numbers in this account. This team still gets, trust me, gets enough buffing for Raiden. She'll still do good damage. What's the rotation look like here? I guess I'll Shivers buff. Yeah, no, I'll do Raiden E, Shivers into Xiangling. And then, I wonder... No, I start with Raiden instead of Hu Tao. But I think after I Raiden burst, I switch to Hu Tao. And I can do the Ruin Guard. Alright. Can I say all of them? Let's see. Might need to group them. That was no damage. Really no damage at all. first rotation. Yeah, I think the build's fine. Listen to the song. What? Oh, listen to the song Big Dog. Oops. I was looking at chat. Also, I probably should have done that a little bit better, but, you know. Let's trigger overload on both of them first.
Where do you think you're going?
Alright, over here, maybe trigger. Here we go. Alright, that's what I wanted. It's okay, it's okay. But yeah, stop spamming your song. Like, the people, you mentioned it like 4 times. I think people will listen to it if they want to. Okay. I think I can clear the first chamber at least 10 seconds faster if need be. I wonder. I wonder if I even bother using Emilie to start here. No, I think I'm not gonna use her burst. I think because like why bother with on the pyro shields? Like I'll kill the one Dendro dude. What do you do? Do I use Candace? Or do I just use Sino? I think I just Sino burst to start here. Yeah. I think I will just Sino burst. So if you do this, do this.
Check this out. I got you. Judgment is upon. Penance is due.
Maybe get a little bit better there.
Penance is due.
Oh, I forgot to. Yeah, I missed proc. I know. I know. The one did die. He didn't die. God damn it. Oh my god. Okay. You. Oh my god. Okay. 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 Just sent the frickin' 2 wizards on opposite sides. Oh god. Is it true? Okay. If I get one more person mentioning this Moga thing, Abyss, you and this one other f***ing person, go look at the person that replied to that comment thread on Moga's f***ing video that started this whole stuff. He literally went and said, "Oops, my bad, it was misinformation." I didn't watch Moga's video. Stop coming to my videos and trying to say, "Is it true that you did something that you didn't do?" when I said I didn't do it. If you still think I did it, go try to find proof that I did. F*** off. If you do this again, you are getting shadow banned. Like, you are just making bad faith comments, trying to stir up shit for no reason at all. Go away. You are pissing me off. I am very indifferent towards Moga. I said basically nothing about him.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of illusion shadow.
Oh, what am I doing? Sorry for being angry, but like these two people that are commenting this on like 4 different videos are really pissing me off. I was not hating on Moga, but you got one twat that already says, "Oh, oops, I was misinforming by accident." That already said they were misinforming, and then already deleted their comments, but still have these stupid people doing this. Like, go look at the literal replies to your own comments on the Moga video. Jesus. Like, go away. I didn't mean to switch you. There's literally no drama, by the way. Because I didn't do it. I didn't say anything. Other than, like someone in my stream yesterday mentioned Moga making an apology video, and I was like, okay, I mean, I'm not that surprised. I think it's literally all I said. I got switched to the wrong character again. Also, I will say this. Oh my god, the brain. If you are coming to my videos trying to like insinuate vague stuff like this, you are doing the same thing as people did to Moga. You are basically trying to bring hate to me in the same way that people were trying to bring hate to Moga. And like Moga didn't, any of the hate that Moga got, from what I could see, was not deserved. I don't even think what he made an apology video about something that was really minor. Like something that he could have just done a pinned comment being like, yeah, my bad guys, this weapon wasn't ideal and this artifacts weren't ideal, but they're also not as bad as you think. So like you're overblowing the issue. Like that's all he had to do, but he made an apology video about it. And now it gets stiff like this where there's stupid people making misinformation about me because I mentioned Moga's name because I read it in a chat message in my live stream yesterday. Jesus. I wonder. Okay, no. Oops. You're gonna die, right? There we go. Okay, that works. I wonder. Okay, I maybe should have done some charge attacks there. Okay. I'm trying to think of like a slightly better way to adapt to the second wave. I missed? Okay, whatever, it's fine. Okay, well, it's Xiangling cooldown problems here. There we go. Well, told you. Told you I can clear 10 seconds faster. You have to say about the Jeff Favonius Emilie drama? It doesn't matter. Favonius is still a fine option to choose on her. Just ignore those attention seekers or drama king queen. Well, I want to be transparent with you. So if you see those people disappear from my YouTube comments, it's because I shadow ban them. And why? It's because of the reasons I just mentioned on stream. Because they're making bad faith comments. So, yeah. Don't you lose your composure? I'm not losing my composure. I'm pissed off. Because they keep on making bad faith comments. I don't want to ban people. I want people to have open discussion, right? And like, if I actually accidentally was being a terrible person, I want you to call me out on it, right? But, anywho's, both Catane, by the way, and Favonius are perfectly fine lower investment options for Emilie, and like, so anyone trashing on any streamer for choosing those weapons over other options is not thinking about things properly. Like, both of those weapons are just like from the perspective of, oh, you want to burst more, Emilie. I made a stream yesterday about how there's a lot of reasons to like make her more easy to use because, you know, her burst is nice. Anyways, all right, should I do that? So, okay. The problem I had right before was I broke through the shield in one, and then he got whacked to Kingdom Come after some overloads triggered. And then, this is a problem I had before. And I think I just had to do some retries. But, I wonder, can I like bias Emilie's, because like if the one dude gets whacked over here, right? Maybe I can like place Emilie's skill right here, and it can target the one dude that gets whacked over there while I work on the other one's shield. It's kind of what I would like to happen, rather than it targeting the one that has a shield, because that's obviously not doing anything. Right. Why do you play Sino Overload? You do realize there's a Dendrian in the team, right? Also, you tell me how to make Sino Aggravate work on a f***ing Polearm account. I know how to make it work. It's with this. You are wrong if you think it doesn't work. The reason Candace is here, though, is because of shield breaking. Because you gotta break the shields. Oh, you're talking to someone else? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to me. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's try the Candace, or Candace. Try the. I could also just try Candace to shield break, but like I think Sino is just gonna be a lot easier to use at the start here. So we're gonna do like this. This. I don't know why I did that. Don't worry about it. Oh my god. Don't. Why are you alive? What, how did I kill him initially before? Okay, like that? Okay. Okay, well. There is a way I'm fairly confident. That didn't work because of the dude in the beginning, but I should probably just try to do a full run through this. Maybe I don't even need to optimize this down, right? But I think there is a way to make sure this goes well. But I do need to kill the one butthole right away, so he doesn't create crap all over the place. Oh, that was not where I meant to run. Oops. Okay, well, whatever. It's probably fine. Oh, I forgot she has interruption resistance. I don't need to do that. I hope I still have the attack button. Whichever's fine there. Otherwise, that was not ideal. Pretty good.
Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, getting 1 minute clears is fine. I don't think it's that important to optimize that down past 1 minute. Raiden is C3. You've never seen Saluna and Zlax in the same room? Yeah, I'm definitely the same person. No. I don't want to make guides for Genshin. Because you get people like the people that make Moga sad. Right? You get people like that, the people that are in my I'll hate them comments. Like, no. I'm just gonna stick to showing videos of what I'm having fun with in Genshin. I'm not gonna tell you how to play. Anywho's. Is Emilie good in terms of newbie light? That's a weird comparison. 1, she's not Hydro. 2, she's not an on-fielder. She can be on-field, you can gain more value from on-fielding her. But, anyways. I think I am going to start with Emilie ult, actually. Reason being, I think it might just rip through the stupid butthole, right? So, do this. Yeah, there we go, okay. I didn't scale, but whatever. Oh, not my bit. Okay, well, that's fine. Right, what am I doing? I can do this. Wait, you need to go over here. Okay, it's okay. Guess I will. Okay. 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 It's good. Okay. I didn't. Oh my god. Okay. That was a free clear, and I just scuffed it by not toming.
My weakness.
That was perfect. That was basically perfect, and I scuffed it by not toming at the worst time possible. Brain. I wish to thank my brain today for I blame the fact that, you know, I was up late finishing the thumbnail and the editing and thumbnail for the fixing video I released today, and my brain, and then, you know, I set an alarm for 11 a.m. because I went to sleep at like 4:30 a.m. I think, and you know when my brain's like, you know what, I should wake this dude up, 9 a.m. Thanks. So I blame my brain waking up early. Yup. Okay. Thank you, game. Or thank you, brain. Not the game's fault. I don't know why it took so long to reposition there. There we go. I did hit them all. Good. Okay, I keep on... I'm like, okay, I don't have to... You can't get interrupted or Raiden, but I can get interrupted on Hutao, and I keep on forgetting that aspect. I also didn't Chevre's E again there. Oh well. I also probably should try to let... Well, I don't know. How much it's valuable to let these dudes waddle to you, I think is pretty questionable. Because it's not always good to wait, right? Versus just moving. Alright, 58 seconds. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Oh no, get some sleep. I tried to get some sleep. My brain just said no. It's fine. Okay, okay. I assume success? Not yet. But I mean, based on how the previous chamber went, I am very confident it was, the idea works well. I just scuffed it. I scuffed it hard with one stupid decision. Oh, you whacked me. What a butt. Alright. Oh, you're not dead. Okay, this is going slightly worse to start here. Okay, you're dead. Of course you're gonna teleport, waste my time. Of course you teleported over there. Oh gosh, okay. Well, not as ideal this time. But... okay, not as ideal in a whole lot of ways.
A little ambiance.
Judgment is upon you. Guilty. Your penance is due. Stay condemned.
Okay, perfect. Well, I wouldn't say perfect actually, but not horrible.
Nowhere to run. You're exposed. Great with your block. Got you covered.
Neutralize.
Okay, this is definitely not as good as I did before. Like anywhere near as good. Not even close. Also, I'm scuffing Thundering Fury a lot.
Your penance is due.
Oh, whoop. There's Candace's front-loaded Hydra for you, though. Okay, 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 okay.
This will brighten up the place.
Nowhere to run. Judgment is upon you. Stand condemned. Guilty. Your penance is due. Stand condemned.
Yeah, dang it. Slight scuffing. Just slight scuffing. Man, that first one I did, the previous attempt, was like literally perfect, except I didn't use Toma and I died. God dang it. And that one could have been successful too. I think I scuffed a little bit with the Lectors in particular, and the Wizards were a bit slow at the start, and then I don't think I did things ideally in the last wave there with how they, like, you got, like, Overload is a thing where, like, yes, it can cause problems, but if you're smart with playing around it, you can also utilize it for grouping. Like, I used it to force the Lectors together after they got apart a little bit. Like, you can be smart with it. It just can result in some, like, it's not ideal in many cases, but you can also utilize it. So, anyways. Ugh. Okay, well, it's obviously doable, though. Obviously doable. That is not in... I need to burst first because I didn't trigger Overload before doing her E. You don't get the attack buff if you don't trigger Overload before doing a hold E on Chivers. Ugh, okay, okay, okay. I know I can do it now. Alright, alright. One dude's not dead, is he? No, okay. He's gonna die. There we go, okay. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, didn't really ever need to do that, but it just doesn't really matter, honestly. Alright, like, okay, so... like, them waddling backwards there at the start is really annoying. Can I optimize that a little bit? If I Can you ensure they waddle towards you if I just like go a little bit away from them? Is that how you can make sure they do it? But I don't know. From what I can tell personally, a lot of what the stupid ruin dinosaurs do is just for simplification, RNG waddling, as far as I can tell. I don't like RNG waddling. That's why I tend to just attack them and hopefully they just waddle in the right way. Okay, well that's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Alright. Now. Okay, let's not get stuck in your corpse, please. Why are you going over there, Xiangling? I'm getting sucked around. Look at how I do this. I mean, okay, not ideal, but we'll try it. Not ideal. You have to wait for their charge attack to group them. That's kind of what I thought. Which, waiting is not ideal, I don't think. I think just attacking them and hoping they don't waddle in an annoying way is technically better, but that means we have to optimize around RNG. You butthole.
Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Why is the lamp in the air?
You stand condemned. Your penance is due.
Oh, thank you for grouping together. Oh. Oh, I just canceled this freaking skill. That was pretty decent, at least.
This is right up the place.
I got you covered. Futile. Judgment is upon you. Guilty. Your penance is due. You stand condemned.
Really? Whatever.
Guilty.
Yeah, that works. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Guilty. You stand condemned. Here's backup. Blade, hear my breath.
Neutralize.
Alright, just a minute to do that, but whatever.
Through me, justice is served. Your penance is due. Guilty. Your penance is due.
Oh my god, I wish I could do slightly better with Sino here.
Reconstitute.
Check this out. I got you covered.
A little ambiance.
Judgment is upon you. Guilty. Your penance is due. You stand condemned. Your penance is due.
Oh, was that right on the dot? Yes, let's go. Alright. A little bit scuffed, I think. Not perfect, but it went well. I don't know. Man, like that's a team. The team is so fun. I love being able to control the Lecter grouping with overloads. Like I genuinely actually enjoy overload with the Lecters and being able to push them around. Oh, it was like it was a little bit touch and go there, but I was like, okay, that grouping was like pretty perfect there with them with Emilie burst at the start, and then being able to like I was trying to dash around there pretty specifically to make sure they were semi getting hit at the same time. Like I don't know, like it feels really satisfying to me mentally to like play around how overload works in this team. Like this makes Sino so fun to play. I like it a lot. Skill damage is fine. It'll help Emilie and Sino. All right, so I don't know if we have burst on Raiden or not, but also how close is Xiangling's energy. Magu Kenki shouldn't be that hard here, right? Because we're not using Bennett, we're not circle impacting ourselves with Magu Kenki teleporting around. And it's just a question of how, like, since Sino is relatively more single targety, how is that going to go on the second side? And if I need to, I will switch up teams, right? For the second and third chamber here, but I think we have cleared the main hurdle. So that is the important thing. Okay, good. We're not gonna worry about that. All right. Probably could have. Actually, you know what? You know what I'll save Raiden burst. Just Hu-Tao him down. Right. Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, you know, I shouldn't have Ivern. I should have let her take damage here. Alright, you gonna, no? Oh, okay, well, I really, okay, you know what, we're gonna redo. We're gonna redo, and I'm gonna Raiden burst, because that seems to be important for getting Xiangling's burst back here. Because Xiangling is not on... See, this is one reason I like Xiangling on Golf and Gliding. Because I wouldn't have had to worry about that. Okay.
There is no escape. Justice will prevail. Get them.
I don't not take damage though. Alright, there we go. You're gonna teleport it. Okay. And Xiangling energy hopefully won't be a problem next chamber, but you should be dead. Blam. Blam. So Luna having more issue on Kenki than first room. I mean, I had to do a lot more things for first room than I had to than for the first chamber than I had to this chamber. That was just me stupiding, I think, on the Kenki. All right. What is it? Sorry. Hey, it's just the dudes. Okay. So, yeah, nothing really special. All right. I'm just not gonna use Candace. I think it will interfere with things. Yeah, I should have jumped to the other side of them. Alright, not bad.
This will brighten up the place.
Don't get too close. Here's backup. Through me, justice is served. Their penance is due. They stand condemned. Their penance is due. Guilty.
I just not crit on that skill. I have like 98% crit rate on him.
Their penance is due. Guilty.
Russian plural.
Got you covered. There's nowhere to run. Judgment is upon you. You stand condemned. Guilty. You stand condemned.
This team is so satisfying. Like, you gotta work around the overload a little bit, but... I let her thing lapse. That was my bad. I shouldn't have gone that long on Sino. My bad. My bad. Yeah, you Xiangling your life away. Alright, going.
Their penance is due. Guilty. You stand condemned. Their penance is due. Guilty.
Damn. Easy. Skill damage again. Okay, when at least you can't say I was carried by crit damage buffs. They would have been better, obviously, but yeah, no, that's fine. We're still getting the okay things. All right. I don't think there's really that much special here, other than wow, I need energy. Yeah, there we go. It's cool. Alright. I think... Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, wait for them to get their thing back, and we can prevent him. Okay, if I time that well... I think if I time that well, Raiden's burst will probably annihilate the things, like, right after their health bar shows up. And it won't go invisible, which... do I need to? Do I need to? No. But, you know... What did I use for the Pyrolectors? The same Sino team that was on the second side.
There is no escape.
waiting so long. Alright.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Okay, maybe I can't time. Okay, well, to be clear, I think you have more time. That was the one that it shoots down from the sky. The spinner blades, you have a little bit more time. That one I think is basically nearly impossible to prevent him from going invisible. So, this is a little bit of RNG optimization here. Bear with me. I didn't... Oh, frick. Oops. Whatever. There we go. Okay, you know what? Fine. Whatever. Screw it. Let's just see what happens if we just fight through this. Oh, I don't have Raiden Z yet, of course. Okay, there we go. Alright, well. All kinds of non-preferential things going on here. There we go. Here we go. Alright. I didn't crit! Ah, it was freaking Raiden on a normal build. See, what I would like to do is have it dead by here. What just happened there? Dragon Strike Brutal, let's go. Why? I used Electro and it didn't hit. Okay, you know what? No, that's not. No. Is C2 Emilie any good? I haven't tested it yet, but I apologize for making you wait, Loyfit, since you technically. I mean, what's funny is like you technically did pay for me to get C2, but also if I had continued wishing myself, I would have probably been able to get it without a problem. Anyways, C2 is probably going to be pretty good, but we haven't activated C2 because I don't need to. Why? Why do it? Why do what I don't need? Alright, let's do it. What? Oh, I did it too early. Okay, but it's definitely possible. I'm pretty sure it's definitely possible to get that. Let's try. I just want to try again for my own satisfaction right now. I'm not even worried about clearing at this point. Let's see. Oh, well, or it's just gonna... Okay, well, whatever. It's gonna be rude to me. Wait for Rodney. There we go. Don't actually have to do that, but I guess we'll Raiden first. I know I'm not doing the right normal attack combo or whatever on Raiden. I'm used to doing the charge attack spam because I do hybrid Raiden, which means getting extra application out is kind of relevant. But oh, you're just gonna die, right? Don't go to Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, yeah, Dorito does not like me today. Yeah, no, we're just gonna go ham. You know what I want to do? I want to go here. Knock him towards this direction. Kill him. Kill him. Alright. Did he not run away from me? Okay, I think I'm on the wrong side of the abyss from where the enemy spawn, so this is kind of not ideal. And all kinds of ways. Die! Okay, this was all kinds of non-ideal in all the ways. Oh well. It's fine. If we can still clear with a terrible play, it's good, because it just shows, like, you know, oh, you don't need these constellations and whatever. I'm sure you don't need them, but it shows they're much less necessary. I think to some degree or another I do need some high investment things on Polearms Only, right? Okay, this is going a little bit more annoyingly. Oh, you're dead. Okay, actually this might take more optimization than I thought. Maybe not, we'll see. Mostly because the problem here... Oh god, I keep on... brain. The problem here is that dude's very electro resistant, but Emilie's damage might more than make up for it. If Emilie would ever want to target the thing that she could actually deal damage to, that would be nice. Thank you, Emilie. Okay. So, crabs are annoying. Okay. Interesting. I think I still could have cleared that if I played a little bit better, by the way. The crabs are annoying because they're taking... I've said this before, I think, already, but like this is kind of a terrible, terrible abyss for Emilie. What is Candace doing here? She was for the first chamber. I don't know, we can test quick, I guess. We can test quick and see how Candace... If Candace helps anything at all. I guess she might against the crabs to like break their pyro shield, now I think about it. But yeah, it's a polearm only account and the first chamber exists, remember. She does buff normal attack damage, yes, that is true. It might be of some benefit, but the problem is if she interferes with the dynamic of that lets, you know, burning happen consistently enough to keep up the damage on Emilie's skill, then that would be preferable, because Emilie's doing a lot of damage. Turning off Emilie's damage in favor of, you know, getting a little bit of normal attack damage when it's not worth it. But we can try it, because maybe it won't interfere as much as I expect. Alright. Yes, I did it. I still think I might go invisible again, though. Yeah, it's gonna go invisible again. Frick. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, where's there they are. Make sure that gets hit. And make sure that. I feel like I should have got more damage there. Did I not have rest triggering? It's fine. It's fine. Alright, we'll try, yeah, Candace C6 with Arlecchino is extremely good. It annoys me that Zajef seemed like, I saw some clip a while ago, like Zajef seems to have gone back to using Elan with Arlecchino. I don't get why, because like, man, if you play the Candace Arlecchino team, you realize how nice that shorter rotation can be. It's so good. Anyways, and like even in single, and then if you actually put an instructor's build on Candace, it starts to be better than Elon. Is my experience thus far. All right. So yeah, we'll use Candace now. I think in particular what we'll do. So I'll start with Sino. I think on the one dude on the left here. I'll try to run into them in the middle, then aim this way. Skill through him, because it'll put me back towards the middle a little bit, and then I can Emilie burst, Thelma, and then I can, I think Emilie burst, if I get lucky, might kill the one dude. No, actually, I wonder. You know what I should do? I should do. Yeah, so it's Sino the one dude to the left, Candace. EQ, and then Emilie E or Emilie Q. Or I'll probably start with Emilie E into Toma into Emilie Q, because the Hydra, to make sure the Hydra doesn't prevent her from getting some scent buildup. I think that's what we'll try. All right, a little bit weird. Oh, frick you. No. Okay, well, no, my freaking lord. Okay, well. No. No. I think I'll try to use. I don't know if Candace necessarily caused the problems there per se, more than just a little bit of non-ideal movement with the enemies. But more, yeah, either when they shield, but I prefer to just kill them before they shield. Like what I did before. Or I'll use Candace against like the stupid crabs, and that might help a little bit. Okay, okay.
Shine down. Justice will prevail.
I don't know why I did that. Really.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Yeah, did it again.
Hands where I can see 'em. Drop your
Yeah, okay. Wait, that one does count. Okay, good.
There is no escape. Stop right there. Now you shall perish.
There we go. There we go.
Nowhere to repay your
This will
dues.
brighten up the place.
Check this out. Got you covered. Judgment is upon us.
No, you ran away, butthole.
Stand condemned. Your penance is due. Guilty. You stand condemned. Guilty. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. Futile.
Russian plural.
Supporting fire. Through me, justice is served.
Yeah, this is really not an ideal theme for this chamber when I decide that.
Guilty.
I think I really need to go and target these dudes a little bit.
Guilty.
The vulture will target me, is my thinking, but I just ran away from it, but you know.
Guilty.
Also, I am not doing anything with Emily. That was my bad.
Got you covered.
I don't know why I did
A
that.
little ambiance.
Why was I on top of that?
Sins weigh upon your soul. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. Guilty. You stand condemned.
Oh, it's so yeah.
Fire it up. Here's backup.
Do your work. Grant us your blessing. This will brighten up the place.
Surrender.
Alright, there we go.
Through me,
Got through this stupid crabs. Crab's not dead, to be clear, but
I'm used to
oh
it.
my god. Oh my god. Sign it was almost dead.
Supporting fire.
You.
Futile.
Easy. I thought letting it die while it just like sat on the ground was funny. Yeah. There you go. Arlecchino garbage. No longer needed. That's fun. Okay. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Okay. I have no idea. Don't spoil it what the next Abyss is for me, but there we go. I think I've officially had my fill of this Abyss cycle. Where like this is a really interesting. I don't mind hard Abysses personally. I think this is a really challenging Abyss for mini players. For me, it is a challenging Abyss on Polearms Only, but Polearms Only is obviously, as you could see, highly invested enough that, you know, I think what was evident there is even, you know, if I didn't have the Sino constellations, and, you know, Emilie's constellations weren't even activated, right? If I didn't have... Okay, Raiden C3 was probably making some of the most difference there on the first side. I will acknowledge that, but you know, even if I didn't have some mix of these highly invested things, but I, you know, it's a Polearm Only account. Like when you play a Polearm Only account for 2 years, you're gonna get some mix of highly invested things, hopefully, unless things go horribly wrong. I've gotten lucky over the history of this account for sure. I am fortunate to have some of these things, but anywho's, that was fun. You know, there you go, Arlecchino. Sorry, I adore you, but also, you're useless. You didn't even need you. But, anywho's, have you done Imaginarium Theater Hard Mode yet? No, that's actually probably next on the list at this point. Other than the next Abyss cycle. I want to see who gets C6 R1 of every polearm. That would be fun. I mean, if Chevreuse not Shivers. Oh, sorry, if Kachina runs on Raiden's banner, I don't know. There's a possibility. Raiden's supposedly rerunning next patch, and Kachina is next patch. He's a polearm 4-star, so maybe. I'll just leave Raiden on this build for now, because, I don't know, there's a good chance I might actually end up using this build on Raiden in, what's it called, the next Abyss cycle, which is, when is it? I can't see from here. I think it's in like 3 days, 4 days. You already have plans for Kachina? Yes, I did hear we're not going to get a free Kachina, which is unfortunate, particularly because she's a very, I like her, I like how they designed her kit, other than the way they made her generate energy. It's awful. It sucks. It makes her, yeah. She's basically an artifact set into character, and because of that, that's why I think it's dumb that she's not free, because that means since she's not free, there's going to be a good chunk of the player base that will get very little value from one of the artifact sets in Natlan because they're not giving her for free. Otherwise, she could have had value because of the, anyways, she's going to be fun. I think on Polearms, and she will be useful on Polearms Only because she's going to be a buffer, which is significant. But like, don't underestimate doing Xiangling and Kachina together, and Kachina is on a buffing build. So yeah, most likely not free, but yeah, I will watch the 5.0 stream. Most likely that's this week, right? This coming week? It's Friday, I think. So I will watch it on Friday. But anyways, I need 4 more characters to level up. You can use Emilie here, right? So I was able to clear the normal mode difficulty with my existing polearm characters, and that was in a live stream a little while ago. So with Emilie now, before Emily's release, right? I cleared it. So with Emilie, clearing 2 more chambers, I don't think will be that hard. Might require a little bit of like RNG optimization in theater, but I don't think it'll be that much of a challenge. So it's mostly the same as theater tends to be, where it's just like, LOL, have fun, leveling up characters that you don't actually need to use in the game mode. Is Kachina Chiori power creep? I mean, I think I do think Kachina is better than Chiori for Navia teams, if I recall. But Kachina's also, keep in mind, Kachina's also more Chiori synergy, because Kachina does a Geo construct. But yeah, not as far as like damage contribution goes, Kachina is not gonna be Chiori level. not with their energy problems for off-field, at least. For on-field shenanigans, I don't know. I think I'd rather on-field, like, if anyone hasn't seen Kachina, she basically jumps into a drill, and then you just hop up and down and do like you do big AoE, completely defense scaling AoE, like ground pound damage. And that's just silly and fun, and it's all defense scaling. Her energy needs, you don't necessarily need her energy to make DPS her, so, you know, you can have fun, I think, with Kachina. Like, I'll be doing a DPS Kachina video, for sure. So, anywho's, she looks like a lot of fun to DPS her, but her main utility is actually just as like you throw the new artifact set on her, and then any crystallized reaction she triggers you get the elemental damage buff of like 40%, which is ridiculous, including a Geo. So it'd be Geo, you know, you do crystallize on your Pyro from your Arlecchino, right? You get 40% Geo damage bonus and 40% Pyro damage bonus. And notably, right, you know how Xiangling has his construct synergy, which I can't show you on Polearms Only right now. But when you have a construct near Xiangling's pillars, they will all emanate his wave of damage here. Well, Kachina is another construct, and Kachina is like, you could do a double Geo core, get Geo Resonance going. Geo Resonance is pretty strong, right? So you could do Kachina, Xiangling, have a little bit of microwave going on, have Enduring Rock. It's not insane, but, you know, just a straight damage increase of 15% when you're protected by a shield. And then get 40% Geo bonus and 40% bonus of whatever element you crystallize. Like, that's pretty compelling. I like it. So, anywho's, I think Kachina's probably the most interesting character as far as team building goes in version 4.0. Team building for, like, existing characters. The other 2 units are just interesting on-fielders in some way or another. They're not bad by any means, and they will be more fun to most players, I think, than Kachina. But I like Kachina the most. Because, you know, screw me for liking 4 stars. That's what I'm cursed by. How do you rate Neuvillette? I don't like him. I think he's, like, I think he's interesting in that he has a good amount of team versatility. He's a valuable unit, right? I don't think it's a problem for there to be some really strong, very compelling units for players to pull for that are easy to use and pretty easy to build to get to the point of using well. Like, I think it's a good thing that players have access to that. But what I dislike is the fact that, like, he has team versatility, and yet it feels like every single team plays the exact same way. It just is like laser. Oh, you press a burst. Laser. He's boring. I'm sorry. I don't play Star Rail anymore. I might play it again eventually for the story, like a year from now after a bunch of story comes out, because, yeah, but the gotcha bullshittery in Star Rail kind of killed me. There was a straw that broke my back I rambled about a while ago. I'm not going to talk about it now, but... How do you rate Egg? 10 out of 10. Egg is great. Alright, I kind of... I want to test this right now. Like, I'm not going to, like, wait 2 months like I did for free, and it's not that important for me to get, you know... I've already gotten enough experience of using her at C0, right? Like, I do think this Abyss showed pretty properly that Emilie can be a pretty good character. And, I want to test her C2. I think I will. I think I will test it this stream. I was considering, like, waiting until the new Abyss cycle and then activating it after the new Abyss cycle. But, you know, I think we'll activate it now. So, yeah. And, anyways, Emilie is a useful character. Like, final conclusion for C0 Emilie on Polearms Only. You know, mono pyro teams are just an option. Like, I'm mostly just using this team because it's good for, like, one of the best things about C6 Arlecchino is wiping through everything instantaneously for farming really quickly. And then I want Emilie to get friendship, so so I'm doing an Arlecchino Emilie team for Overworld right now. I probably won't actually play that team in Abyss very often. I like that Emilie gives more use for Hu Tao on Polearms Only. I absolutely adore this team. I'm so happy. I'm so happy how well Sino works with this team. Like, obviously there's some downside. If you wanted to pull Emilie for Sino, you might not have the same experience I had because, you know, the experience I had was that Sino aggravate. Like, Sino was just a really not that useful character in this account, other than, like, Sino Shivers teams, but, like, Sino Shivers is just worse than, like, Raiden with constellations, and you might say, oh, but, you know, it's not fair to compare Sino to a C3 Raiden. I think it's pretty fair to compare a C2 Raiden, or, sorry, I think it's pretty fair to compare a constellation Raiden to a constellation Sino. So, anyway, like, Sino didn't feel great with Shivers. He didn't feel horrible. Like, he was usable. I did it sometimes because there was reasons to do it. But this actually lets me use Sino for aggregate as he was intended, and has really fun mechanics with overload and, you know, him triggering additional overloads, and still gets good damage on Emilie. Has flexibility for doing different 4-slot teammates. As you saw, I can slot in Candace if I need, you know, her for shield breaking or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. This is probably going to be one of the core teams I play a lot now. I played a little bit of Melt with Emilie. I haven't played meaningfully much of it because I've been doing more Sino things. This is fine. I think I prefer the Xiangling variation. This team with Xiangli and Xiangling. Xiangli and Xiangling. That was a weird Freudian slip. Zhongli and Xiangling. Not Shangli and Xiangling. Oops. Anyways, but hey, more Melt variations is cool. And I haven't tested Hyper Bloom yet with you know, doing, what is it? I don't know what that is. Oh, I was talking about that yesterday. Yeah. So Hyper Bloom with, like, okay, like, yeah, if we do double Dendro Hyper Bloom, or maybe just solo Dendro Hyper Bloom, honestly, with Emilie, maybe it'll work. I don't know. Right, some Hyper Bloom variation. So either
What is the situation?
this, right, doing double Dendro, which is more pure Hyper Bloom, and, like, Emilie will do way less talent damage in this team doing this. But this would be more focused on Hyper Bloom damage, and maybe it'll be relevant. And then Raiden can still be on her hybrid build and get good talent damage still, because hybrid Raiden go burr. And on-field Emilie with the cons, the problem is there's no reason to on-field Emilie in this account. Like she doesn't there's no buffers for on-field buffing that she can take advantage of. So the only thing to do with on-field Emilie is, like, to be clear, in this team, there's reason to on-field Emilie in the same way there's reason to on-field Yaoyao, because Candace Infusion gives additional Hydra application for additional core generation. So like either one of them can be on-field, but she doesn't gain any personal damage in this team from being on-field, right? Because I don't have Bennett, so there's no on-field buffs that matter. I would pay more for more team slots, honestly. Mihoyo, I will pay you $5 for 5 team slots, please. Or you know what, I'll pay you $20 for indefinite team slots. Like, just add more team slots. Infinite. I need more team slots. Anyways, is Emilie's stick good on Toma? I talked about Emilie's stick on non-pyro characters yesterday and actually showed pretty well how it can be awkward even on pyro units. And you need to reduce the pyro aura to make sure your pyro units are triggering burning more often. And it's I don't recommend it, but it's something you can do with her weapon that's interesting, I'd say. It's not worth doing. $100 for 2 slots, I think that would be too expensive. Royal Spear, a good weapon? No, I wouldn't recommend Royal Spear. If you must have a crit stack stick, you know, Deathmatch or Black Leopold. If you have Missive Wind Spear, this is probably better than Black Leopold, I think. Just because this passive is And then there's Fab, there's Katane, right, for more burst focus playstyles, which are relevant. They might be worth doing for the burst focus playstyles. And then yeah, that's kind of it. I really wish the Natlan craftable not relevant for Emilie. I wish they had addressed that issue, but yeah. How about Serpent Spine? I mean, it's a claymore. So I don't have Royal Spear for a reason on this account. I could have, but it's not useful. So what's it saying? Oh yeah, this Emilie team, right? Like Emilie C2 here buffs Hyperbloom damage, and maybe I could actually maintain Emilie uptime by doing something like this, right? Or actually, you know, I don't even technically have to have an off-field pyro in this team. I could have an on-field pyro. You know, maybe even Chevrolet, something goofy. I don't know. DPS Chevrolet in this team. You get the point. I think there's something I could do with Hyperbloom Emilie, but I don't think I really need to test that before activating her constellations. So yeah, I think we'll activate her constellations. The interesting thing about C1 is like her old build-up issue, where when you use her skill and it goes to level 0, it doesn't have any sense. C1 can mitigate that, so you can get build up faster. Like you will get to max stacks faster. I'll just show you. Let's just go find an enemy to whack. Yeah, we'll just go to Inajuma. I'll go here. They made Emilie's weapon to match her old concept art. It matches all of her accent colors. Like the blue purple gradient is like the same on this weapon as it is in like the little perfume vial. It also like matches her eyes decently well, and also like you got the blue accent there, and also you got like the whole white accent on her entire dress. Like I disagree. That doesn't match her style. It's a fairly neutral, generic looking visual weapon. I don't know. I don't think it looks bad on her. I think it looks quite good. Why and how did you already get cons on Emilie? Long story short, stupid lucky. That is the short answer. Like I lost I had enough to get to pity because I won the weapon, didn't have to waste a ton of wishes on weapon better, won the initial 50-50, and then I went to pity. I had enough to go to pity again. Basically, I had enough to go to pity. You didn't see it in the video because Mihoyo decided to be rude. Got Chi-Chi, and I was like, whoa, sad. But you know, it doesn't matter as long as you get another 5-star in the next pull. Lol. I mean, Jade might look better, in your opinion. I don't think it does. But if you're obsessed with having colors match, because you're... Sorry, I was about to be a butthole. I was about to be a really rude butthole. I was gonna, I'll just say with it. This is a joke. I want to emphasize it's a joke. I'm just being mean for the sake of it being funny. If you, I think thinking that all characters' weapons and colors, like primary colors, need to match with weapon and like character design. Like Emilie has to have a green weapon because she looks green. Is like the same mentality as like babies where they're figuring out, oh, square hole goes into square block goes into square hole. Like it's the same type of logic. Just saying, like, how about think about the fact that a circular object can go into a square hole if the circular object has a diameter that is less than the width of the square. That's kind of cool. And then you start thinking about like geometry and stuff. Like my point is there's more like nuanced things to color than, oh, she's green. It needs to be green. That's all. Yeah, just put the block where it fits. Exactly. Just use the colors. If it looks good, it looks good. I think it looks good. I disagree that it looks bad. I don't think colors need to match. I'm not saying colors that match look bad. I'm not saying Arlecchino's red weapon looks bad. But also part of the reason Arlecchino's weapon looks so good though. Anyways, yeah, I got stupid lucky for C2 Emilie. Stupid lucky. Part of the reason this I think looks good is because red is not a primary color. It's an accent color, right? That's part of the reason this looks so good. Anyways, whatever. You want to know why this looks so good? Wait, oh, I thought she was on engulfing. My bad. Why are you even in the team? Get out of my team. Get out of here. Also, you know what? I kind of just want to play the Sino team. Screw it. The Sino team is worse for farming, like generic farming things, but what's it doing? Oh yeah. I wanted to demonstrate here. So watch how long. So what you're watching for is the little things that right now she has no little like flower things around her. As burning is happening, right? She gains sense. So you see, she goes from when it has the 4 little things around her, she goes from 2 to having the 4 things, right? So there's that little bit of build up time. And that build-up time is potentially problematic sometimes. It can result in turning off her damage in some teams that in a way that's quite awkward because like you might have to fully like the reason this is clunky is it means like in some teams you might just have to restart your whole rotation, restart doing your pyro again in order to get. Oh frick! No, I'm not gonna. Whoops. In order to restart your pyro again. Right, you're to level up the thing, you're gonna have to like restart rotation. Is the main thing I've noticed, and in some teams that's kind of bad in some situations. It just depends. It can be clunky. It's just a thing you have to work around. Also, what helps that is the scythe. I mean, that's sure, yeah, true. It doesn't look like a scythe sometimes though. You mostly see it's a scythe when you're in action and when you're in combat with Arlecchino, and I can tell you when all the other animations are going on, I don't really notice that it's a scythe that much in combat versus other weapons. I like the visual difference between how visually appealing Homa is to me on Arlecchino versus her scythe is extremely low. It doesn't even look like a scythe most of the time out of combat, other than after waiting out of combat, you see it on her back for 4 seconds. Whoop-de-doo. Is your Toma on Deepwood? No. There was no one on Deepwood in that team before. I should have arguably put Candace on Deepwood, but I just didn't want to. So, again, there was room for hyper-optimizing different things. Toma was on Noblesse, right? So there was room to optimize things down for the Abyss, but it wasn't necessary in my case. But, with a lower investment version of whatever thing's going on, it would have been more necessary, most likely, right? So anyways, the problem is her C1, right? So it takes a little bit, right? It takes, I think, a good 4 seconds or so, probably, to actually get the burning going, or sorry, get the level 2 going. I think her C1 is going to make it so that you basically immediately get up to 4. Like, it won't have that build-up time, is what I think is going to happen here. Let's watch it again for good measure. Oh yeah, and then as far as the damage increase from C1 goes, the other thing it can cause, because of the fact that it collects sense more fast, right? Yeah, there we go. So I think that's more like, probably, functionally it's probably like 3 seconds, I'd say. Either way, right? There's a noticeable delay, and that means, when you cast your skill again, oh, it goes down to level 0. And then it takes some build-up time to actually go to the high damage version, right? And I think that is a little unfortunate in that, like, it makes it more punishing to just, like, use it to reposition, and instead it pushes you towards her burst playstyle. But let's let's see. Let's see how relevant that extra scent collection at the very start is. There's a cooldown of the extra scent collection happen every 2.9 seconds. So again, like at the start, when you first start it, it means it should basically just immediately go to level 2. And then of course it gives a 20% damage increase for her skill and her passive. And then you can also trigger more instances of her passive because of the fact that you're collecting more scents. Although how many instances more of her passive you'll trigger is going to depend on how much, burning you're having happening. So I from what I understand, her, like, when I did the calculations on her C1, I estimated, like, a rough estimate was like around a 30% DPS increase, which is a pretty significant C1, but it's a 30% DPS increase for an off-fielder. It's not the same as a 30% DPS increase for UV LED, right? So anyways, let's activate it. And then this is just Deepwood. This is just Deepwood, but in her kit. And then technically you can do Deepwood and her, and like it can be a weird supportive constellation, right? Like this would be a supportive constellation to improve your Kanich's damage, technically, on top of improving Emilie's damage and reducing the relevance of building Deepwood on like either of them, whatever, right? But I don't think her C2 is that relevant. I think her C1 is a bit more interesting. So let's go find an enemy. I guess we'll just use these dudes from the ley line. Hello from South Africa. Nice. Hello. How's it going from South Africa? Do that. And what? Oh, I was very confused there. There was a hydro stone that I whacked, and there was a hydro stone that I whacked that spawned some hydro. Is it just gonna keep on raining? Okay, how rude. See, this is one thing that can make Emilie clunky though. Is not just not hydro stones; those aren't that common. But what is more common is like enemies that just have some kind of aura on them already. Enemies that have an aura on them already because they have like a shield or like whatever going on. There's a lot of enemies that do that. That can completely interfere with your ability to build up the scent collection on her, right? But anyways, yeah. Oh yeah. See, it just basically immediately got up, right? So yep, that's a bit better. Let's go see. I don't actually need this. Let's go see how often. Or I don't know. It's gonna be hard to see, I guess, in this team. I was like, how often her passive triggers in this team? I guess. We'll go to the Abyss. It's the only place we can actually see it. On the permanent infused enemies, how does burning interact with pyro infused enemies? I mean, you can trigger burning on the pyro. Like you can, yeah. And unlike the what the buckets, the lectors and the pyro mages in floor 12 here, in chamber 1 second half, you can put Dendro on them and have burning happening. So that could actually be a good thing in some ways if there's other enemies other than them, but they're not gonna take damage, of course, from Emilie with their shield up. So, yeah, like what does that actually do for you? It only something if there's other enemies that can be damaged. So, anyways. Alright. So, no Deepwood on the team. You show your Emilie stats. It's like 82 crit rate, 2100 attack on Reverie, 82 crit rate, 124 ER, 220-ish crit damage, I think. I'll double check after. You know what? It also might make it a bit unnecessary to do what I do this team in like starting her E into Pyro into then Q after.
Guilty. Their penance is due.
Okay. Yes, I know I'm bad with positioning that.
Their penance is due.
Okay. Yes, I just want to see how fast it goes. Yeah, it just immediately gets up now. Yeah, see that? That's one of those weird things that I think, like, I think it might actually spreadsheet. Like, if you're doing spreadsheet of like trying to assume different conditions in the game about how much that's actually triggering, or how much of a damage increase C1 is. I think the utility of making it so that it's less punishing to just do this again is potentially pretty significant. Of course, can you not be like barely out of range, Yubato? Again, I was just mostly testing. I'm not trying to test clear times here. I mean, I maybe should have objectively tried to show clear times. Whatever. Can I put Moon Piercer? What is Moon Piercer? I think I might not have Moon Piercer. So, do I have enough resources to craft every craftable polearm? Not an R5. No. Could I get one copy of each? Yes. Alright, what do I want to try? I want to try bursting. Oh, it's the Sumeru craftable. I see. Let's try not doing E first like I normally would. Okay, yeah. See, I think. As we're doing like 67,000 damage on our passive, it's pretty significant. Should have just let him walk over here. Let's do this. I know I'm not using Xiangling's shield. I feel like I'm not seeing a crazy increase in the number of passive procs from her. But yeah, I think the weird thing is, right, I think it almost might spreadsheet. That was like 80k, nice. I think it might spreadsheet less than it actually. Like I think this constellation might feel like it does more in action because of the factor of that faster scent buildup, punishing you less for like using your skill to reposition whatever situation might make it like situationally better than you even think it might be, is my vibe. But I'll have to use it a little bit more and watch how it like generates sense in like non-ideal situations. But I think this team is a good example on where like you're not having constant burning going on, but it just, I don't know, it just makes it so you don't have to worry about her going into her or staying in her low damage mode by accident. Is my vibe right now. Can I put engulfing on her? I mean, you can. You probably shouldn't. Like, it's not like there's zero. In the same vein as like I did the what? I have a stroke. Oh, you're just very dead. Okay. In the same vein that you can do. All right. So, again, example there, right? Because I put it right there, and yeah, like it just, yeah. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think C1 is pretty strong. I think that's all there is to it. Yeah, engulfing, like I did a burst emblem build, right, on my video that I made. So, you know, if there's situations where it can make sense to do, you know, emblem burst DPS Emilie, then there's probably situations where you can make engulfing lightning make sense. I don't know if I'd want to do it personally, but you can do it. It'll give her a bunch of ER and attack, and probably will enable her to burst pretty consistently. So, yep. This kind of makes me think, by the way, that it would have been more valuable for Emilie on my main account to go for Emilie C1 rather than what I did, which is, you know, her weapon, especially with how painful her weapon was. Nice.
Don't get too close.
This'll brighten up the place.
Through me, justice is served. Guilty.
Contain characters have cracked C1s. I mean, I think a lot of characters are going to have cracked C1s because that seems to be, they have realized they can make a bunch of money on it. Because, yep. I'm surprised they didn't do that earlier on in the game's history. Like, their strategy of, you know, making really strong C2s always seemed kind of weird to me. But, okay, let's try to actually have a good clear. I want to see how fast we clear in a good clear. Emilie's burst doesn't need to burn. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can do spread Emilie quick swap teams. That's true. Yeah, that would be again a potential reason to do a burst build on Emilie. She has a lot of interesting weird utility. Her burst is definitely the most interesting part of her kit as far as different ways to use her is concerned. So, you know. Okay, I said let's try to do this well, and then I just wait for 5 seconds. But yeah, my impression is Emilie C1 makes her slightly less clunky and improves her damage quite a bit. And she already does pretty good damage at a baseline. Oh, I forgot to... What? I don't know why I'm so bad about just trying to back my arse up a little bit when I cast Emilie burst. I'm sorry. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with Xiangling here. And then do this right here. I did not mean to do that. Frick me. I don't know why. My brain just sabotages myself. Did you even level her? What? Did I level Emilie? She's level 90. Oh, you're talking to someone in chat. Emilie only does 100 damage. How to damage increase? Yeah, I mean, level her, equip her with artifacts. Probably put 4-piece deep on her, ideally. Ugh. My throat, help, please. Apparently I talk too much or something. It's like I do that for money. Maybe I need to get some throat lozenges. I don't know. Okay. I did just hydrate. I was drinking water. I'm using the burning set on Emilie. Burning set is slightly better than Deepwood Staffer stat. I showed this a while ago with her at C0 before in a live stream. The testing live stream that I did. I compared a very, very similar, on this account, I showed a very similar Deepwood set to a very similar burning set. And you could see that the burning set was slightly better. Brain, I don't... Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be testing these constellations right now because my brain is not functioning. Okay. I walked forward again. I want to... Okay. No. I need to not just like use Xiangling right away. And then not walk my booty forward. Alright, right? And then do this.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Stand condemned. Your penance is due. Stand condemned.
84,000 is ridiculous. There we go. See, that's what I need to do. Right, do that.
Here's backup. Check this. Gather. Through me, justice is served. Stand condemned. Guilty. Your penance is due. Guilty.
I really want you to die. Please. There we go.
Target press right now. Raise the storm.
I got you covered. Solidify.
What do you think you're doing?
Stand condemned. Guilty. Your penance is due. Guilty.
Yeah, I know I could attack the bird, but attacking the bird is annoying with Sino.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it's better. Crazy. It's not insane, honestly. Like I think that team, when I played like a similarly well to that in that chamber, like I've tested that chamber a decent amount with this team, and I think it's maybe clearing like 5 seconds faster is kind of what it feels like as far as a damage increase goes, which kind of makes sense. Like maybe 10 seconds fast. I don't know, right? Like again, as always, it feels like more of the clear times are coming down to exactly how the dudes are waddling together, so I can try to hit them at the same time with normal attacks or Sino's skill kind of thing, right? Like, that's having more an effect on clear time than DPS increase on my Emilie. So I think I think the valuable thing about it is that better scent collection from her C1. But anywho's, yep, we were seeing that. We'll test the same team. I don't think there's not that much of nuance. I think we really need to test on this account. With other teams, it's going to be the same story, right? Where in C1 should just be better at keeping uptime on her level 2 skill. Like the melt team should become again a little bit easier to play and a little bit stronger. Cool, right? I'm glad. Activate C2. So when basically any of her damage, so her passive, her skill, or her burst, hits opponents, those opponents' Dendro resistance decreases for 30% for 10 seconds, aka free Deepwood. So yeah, this less because of how resistant, like stacking resistance shred, especially in a case like this where I'm getting 20% res shred from Xiangling, and now 30% res shred from her Dendro res shred in C2. There's a lot less reason to use Deepwood on her. Like the difference between Deepwood and so what we'll do is two things. We'll go and do Abyss here, and we'll see what the damage increases in this team. But then I'll just go test the damage on this build, a 4-piece Reverie build, to a damage on a 4-piece Deepwood build, right? Because before, Deepwood versus Reverie was very, very similar when nobody else was on Deepwood, right? But now Deepwood should be a bit worse, like more noticeably worse, with Deepwood built into the team. Especially when you factor in Xiangling res shred, because you don't gain as much value from like stacking a ton of res shred as you do from the first little bit of res shred, basically. Free Deepwood. No, I didn't mean free isn't as easy to get. What I mean free isn't you don't need to build it on your artifacts and your characters. That's all. I mean, also, it was kind of free for me. Because I just got stupid lucky. So, yeah, I wish constellations were toggleable, but, you know, no well. I would genuinely go for more constellations on my main account, because I enjoy doing higher investment things on my main account, too. If I could toggle things, but I can't. So, Mihoyo gonna Mihoyo. You're losing money, Mihoyo. I've told you before. You're losing money. I will give you more money. Because it would let me do more fun, you know, janky shenanigans. I can just do like, alright, how stupid is Raiden C2, hybrid Raiden C2, right? I would like to make a video of like, specifically just, how good is hybrid Raiden with C2? The answer is really good. But I want to be able to turn the constellation off after that, so I can have a hybrid Raiden that's also slightly more approachable at least, right? So anyways, C2 is deactivated, yes, so let's go, let's put Xiangling first to help my brain. And we'll see how it goes. By the way, we got 3 full rows of characters now in polearm characters. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot about Mika. We have 3 full rows, yeah, because this dude basically doesn't exist. So we have 3 full rows now. Crazy. It's crazy that Emilie made it so that we had 15 polearm characters in the game. I don't know why. I wasn't on purpose. I just always like delete Mika from existence. I'm sorry. I don't know why it happens so often. I just accidentally forget about his existence. I need to. The pillar's going to be in the way. I think some of the hits from her skill potentially. So I need to reposition that. All right, do that, and now I think it's not hitting. Oh, frick me. Okay. Not that the tenacity buff is that important, but I would like tenacity buff to be up. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Is it up? I don't think it is. God dang it. Okay. I don't. You know what? It probably wasn't up before, but whatever. Hoyoverse does it too. That's true. That's true. If you would make a physical team in Polearms Only, how would you do it? I mean, if Mika... Man, imagine if Mika... Physical teams would have been so cool in Polearms Only if Mika was an off-field physical unit. Like, off-field damage dealer, I mean. So, like, if he was physical Farazan rather than... WoW. Attack speed and healing. I don't know if that's... Oh, frick, I might... Okay, accidentally pressed her skill, whatever. Okay, that was an 84,000 on our passive hit, which is the same. 96A. Alright, there we go. So, we went from 85,000 to 96,000 on her passive hit, which is, like, both of these constellations together has a pretty sizable increase, I think. Let's try to actually properly clear this to compare a little bit. There you go. Yeah, the 180,000 hit probably didn't have Deepwood up because she has to hit the enemy first before the passive. Like it's same as Deepwood, where like the enemy has to get hit first before they have Dendro Shred, right? So the initial hits won't have the buff going. Is it Mika's birthday due today? What? Oops. I didn't. I'm sorry, Mika. I did use you to do I did do physical Xiangling in the past with Mika, to be clear. It's fine. It's kind of fun. It's not. I mean, I'll try it. You know. Well, wait, no. Okay, again, like, I was gonna say I'll try it again with Kachina because Kachina would buff physical Xiangling, but they removed the physical buff from the artifacts. It doesn't do physical bonus anymore. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. It's fun, but it's not like yeah, this is gonna clear me through content. Like in an Abyss cycle, that would be like just 3 bosses in a row that didn't have punishing mechanics. Where like I need to have whatever going on. Like I could probably clear some Abyss cycles with physical Xiangling. It's fun, but. Anyways, sorry for slandering you on your birthday, boy. But also, you deserve it.
Don't get too close. You're back. Your sins weigh upon your soul. Guilty. Your penance is due.
Is this in range?
Guilty.
Yeah.
Stand condemned.
Okay, well, one notable difference there is I have now reached the damage threshold where I can comfortably rotate that, whereas before, if you didn't notice, I was having to do 2 rotations to finish off the Ruin Guard. So that's one of those things, right, where when constellations are giving you like a percentage damage increase, like oftentimes they just result in like clearing very slightly faster, but if they can result in you being able to clear, if the difference maker between like clearing a wave of enemies in 1 rotation versus having to start a new rotation, in many teams that can be the difference between clearing much faster, right? So yeah, like that was obviously better, and I think a big part of that was being able to comfortably clear that Ruin Guard in 1 rotation. So I can tell you, it feels like I noticed that buff a lot more than I noticed the C1, like as far as for that team goes. Feels like I noticed the damage increase from C2 there more than I noticed the damage increase from C1. But I think it's also, notably, the C2 damage increase from Dendro Res Shred in conjunction with the damage increase from C1, right? So yeah, that and yeah, getting to the point of comfortably clearing the dude in 1 chamber or in 1 wave or one rotation, right, without having to Sino burst again, without having to Emilie burst on it, right, can clear a lot faster when you can save your Emilie burst for the start of the dudes, the T-Rexes, right? So it's weird because like that's one of those situations where the percentage damage increase doesn't necessarily reflect correctly in what your clear times are going to be, because it depends on like the situation you're against and if it actually makes you reach that break point of killing the enemy in 1 rotation or not. So and that's going to be, and whether or not that happens for you is going to be highly dependent on what like the state of your account is, right? But it's one of those, that's actually one of the rare cases where you can actually notably see much more of a difference than you might expect. So anyway, let's go compare. We'll go to Masanori here. We'll compare this in 2 ways. I'm going to do 1 without Zhongli shield up and 1 with Zhongli shield up, right? So what we're going to compare here is 4-piece Reverie versus 4-piece Deepwood with Emilie C2, right? Because without Emilie C2, 4-piece Reverie versus 4-piece Deepwood on a really similar build is very, very similar damage output. enough so that like you probably just want to use Deepwood on Emilie, in my opinion. It's not worth farming the new set for, unless you're farming from scratch, and you could really use the Whimsy pieces because you also have like no Gladiator pieces for your Arlecchino or something, right? So let's see. We're not gonna use Sino here, or yeah, we're not gonna use Sino here. We're just gonna do Emilie into Toma. See what we get on Reverie. So first I will do without Xiangling Shield, and then I will do one with Xiangling Shield. We're gonna look at both the skill damage and passive damage. I'm not gonna bother bursting.
Fire it up. Here's backup.
Alright, 17k, 62k. Alright, so 17.8 and 62,000. Yep, alright. So I'll write that down. Give me a second. That was no Xiangling Shield. No Zhong. Reverie. C2. So what we should see here is like this should be noticeably better, especially when we activate Xiangling Shield. Yeah, 17.8k skill and 62k passive, right? And then we're gonna do the same thing, not changing the artifacts yet. We're gonna do with Xiangling Shield, which is an additional 20% res shred, right? Come on. Go fight Liam. I mean, yeah, I can fight Liam if you want, but give me a second. I want to test this quick.
Neutralize.
Don't get too close.
Okay, 19.4, 67. Yeah, 19.4 and 67,000. Okay, and not critting on the passive. Okay. Good. So that's Witch only. 19.4k. 67k. With Xiangling. And the reason I think that's worth test checking here is because I'm not always going to play Xiangling with Emilie, right? So now we will switch Emilie to Deepwood. And again, the Deepwood build I had before on Emilie, I think was using that. Obviously the same timepiece, and then I believe using that. Oh wait, did I use the onset piece? Didn't I? Shoot. Oh, I didn't. Did I? Oh yeah. I think I did. This piece is an off piece. Yeah, I think this is what I did before. So here's a 4-piece Deepwood build. It's very, very. It has less ER, a little bit less crit rate too, but that's not going to affect the damage we see. The crit damage is relatively similar. The total overall stats are like really, really close. Like this is a pretty close build as far as comparing the two sets goes. Not 100% the same. It's not stat for stat, but it is pretty close. So before, what we saw, right, when I tested this with her C0 was Deepwood was basically exactly the same, very slightly worse. So let's see. Also, my YouTube chat broke. We should see it being more noticeably worse. Is Frina good with her? Yeah, you can make Frina work with her, but the Frina does have a problem of, like, because of Frina's variable hydro application, sometimes she applies a bunch of hydro in a relatively short duration. And it's hydro, it eats out pyro aura pretty quick. So like you can do Farina burn vape teams, but there are also teams where you might feel the need to use Xiangling as even more pyro for your off-field pyro. Or you can do something like, you know, an on-field pyro unit still with Farina. You can make it work in some form or another, but it's weird, and you might notice some in Farina with Emilie, you might notice some of that clunkiness I've talked about with her skill and needing to build up the to level 2. Okay, so no Xiangling first. 16.6. Or we'll say 16.7 and 57k. Alright. 16.7 and 57k. So that compares to before without Xiangling's shield. So Reverie, so this is C2 with Reverie versus C2 with Deepwood without Xiangling's shield was 17.8 thousand on skill versus now it's 16.7 thousand. So much more noticeably less. And then 57,000 on passive versus 62,000. Not an insane difference still. Like it's not like this is unusable. Like it's still giving her a meaningful damage increase. Oh, you know what? I wonder, do I have... You saw a 66k? Was there a 66k? I feel like there shouldn't have been a 66k. 57k makes a lot more sense. I guess I'll double check quick. Do I have enough deep or golden troop pieces to test 4-piece golden troop on her? Oh my gosh, I do. Okay. We can't compare 4-piece golden troop the same way we can compare the other ones, because 4-piece golden troop is going to increase her skill damage but lower her passive damage. And 4-piece golden troop is definitely going to be worse than 4-piece reverie, but it'd be interesting to test if 4-piece golden troop was better than... Yeah, 4-piece golden troop might be better than I'm having a stroke. 4-piece deepwood with C2, which is weird. 4-piece golden troop is also like a fine option for her in general. It's just I would recommend deepwood over it. Like, unless it's more like if you happen to have a bunch of good golden troop pieces and you don't have much deepwood, you could choose to use golden troop. It's a good choice. It's not terrible. I watched back and there was 66k. Really? What? How did that happen? Because what? There should be more difference than that. Like the difference lines up quite well with it being 16.7k skill versus 17.8k. That makes sense.
Let me try my blade. Gather.
66k versus 67k is basically exactly the same. Okay, 18k didn't crit. 71. What's that? Oh, I Xiangling shield at that time. Whoops. Okay, I Xiangling shield at that time. I forgot. I didn't Xiangling shield before, right? So that was. What? Wait, didn't we say 70k passive there? With Xiangling shield? You can't on field for golden troop? Yeah, I'm aware. Alright, no Xiangling shield. You good brain.
Neutralize.
Check this out.
Okay, now we're getting substantially less. What? We're getting substantially less uneven swap, but why are we seeing variability? What? I know that was 15,000. But originally, when I did this same build... Okay, test again. Yeah, no Xiangling shield before? Why was that so... Yeah, if this was... that was no Xiangling shield, and it was also... Wait. Oh! I know. I know why. I forgot. Yep, I forgot. Yep. Okay, that's why. Alright. We have to overburst up.
What's one more? Don't get too close. I got you covered.
Alright, yep. 16.7. 66k. Okay. Why did I see it? The 57k must have been... Okay. Interesting that's that. Did I use the... Okay, I'm gonna have to do the... Deepwood with Reverie test again, I think. To make sure that I had no bless up. Because I think my Deepwood... Sorry, I think when I tested the Reverie build with Xiangling shield, I didn't have Noblesse up, I think. Is my guess. Or actually, did I even have Noblesse up on the first one? Because that's more... Okay, I gotta test... I gotta test both of them again. Okay. So anyways, 16.7k skill and 66k passive. With no shield Deepwood. Let's test with a Xiangling shield. Let's let you die, I guess. No, don't kill me. Would you consider me better C2 Dia or C6 Toma? Depends. I think if you care about the C6 Toma buff. But also, as far as like consistency of uptime goes, probably Toma. But I think Dia has more interesting utility in some ways, and I think Dia is more fun to build for DPS and her weird defensive utility, right? Sunset looks pretty. Yeah, I agree. All right. So let's test the Xiangling shield here. You know what? You know what's also a problem? Yeah, we're gonna have to test the Reverie again. But I'm gonna break 4-piece tenacity just to make sure that's because if Mazanori like zoops over here, he might get out of the tenacity buff, and I don't want to deal with the variability of the tenacity buff, right? I will deal with the variability of Noblesse, but not tenacity. Test Hyperbloom Sino. What do you want me to test with Hyperbloom Sino? It doesn't work on Polearms Only. I cannot. Like, fine, I will test it, but like, yeah, whatever. What am I doing? Alright, 18k, 62k. Wait, what? What? Why did we get less damage with Xiangling shield? We got more damage on skill. Oh, there was a 71k. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. So, okay, I just missed the. Okay, I could have sworn I saw 2 passive procs that had like less damage than expected, but I don't get why exactly, because after the first one they definitely should have had res shred going for sure. I don't know, whatever. We'll say 71k because I think that was correct. So 18k, 71k. Alright, so. And then we're gonna have to retest Reverie here. Making sure we have Noblesse up, because I forgot before. Alright. With shield. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Yep. No, not that. Yeah, we can test Hyperbloom Sino, but I'm not gonna go through a full Abyss with it or anything. I think it was this piece. Same timepiece. Onset Gooblet. Not that. And there we go. Okay. There we go. So, yep, very similar crit damage. Very similar attack. Like it's surprisingly close build. It's like it's basically as close as possible as far as comparing the crits we see. All right. So I'm gonna check this properly again. So we'll do without Xiangling shield first. Energy for you. Get your energy back. I didn't get my energy back. Okay, well, ignore these numbers until I get energy back. Okay, I'm gonna just wait until. Well, yeah, you're just gonna die. We're just gonna redo. Okay, fine. Needed the burst back. Let that go away. Please go away. Alright. Arlecchino, Bennett support, Layla shield, and Lynette and Vivi. I mean, Lynette burst gets cryo infusion, which gives constant melts with Arlecchino. Does it? Is the cryo application from Layla and Lynette enough? Interesting. Kazuo would still be better, assuming... Actually, no. Is there a way you can get cryo infusion and pyro swirl at the same time? It's interesting. I'm gonna jot it down. I'll mess around with it. I don't know if Lynette is the ideal option there, is my point. Not that, like, it's not good, but I will test around with it. Not this stream, I think. Layla and Lynette, cryo, infuse, melt, Shenhe. Did I say Shenhe? The Arlecchino. Melt Arlecchino with Benny. That's definitely an interesting option. Okay.
Extract.
Check this out.
Alright.
I got you covered.
West going. Alright, 17.8k. 70k. 17.8k and 70k. Alright. Alright, there we go. That's the correct numbers. So the 17.8k was correct before, the 70k was... Or the 62k was not. Alright, so that basically means, so without Xiangling's shield, right? So without the additional 20% res shred from Xiangling's shield, the difference between 4-piece Reverie versus 4-piece Deepwood is... so we got 17.8 thousand on skill versus 16.7 thousand. And then 70,000 on passive on Reverie versus 66,000 on passive with Deepwood, which is percentage-wise. I'll just do the skill. Percentage-wise, that means 16 point. I'm gonna do the lower the Deepwood divided, or I'm gonna take the higher damage one divided by the lower damage one to see how much higher damage, what order you divide by determines whether something is how much percentage lower or how much percentage higher. So right now I'm calculating how much percentage higher Reverie is. So 17.8 divided by 16.7 equals, without Xiangling's shield, does this match actually with 70 divided by 66? Why is the burst so different? Or not the burst. Why is the passive so closer? Whatever. So the skill damage. Oh, that's why. Because I goofed up my. Never mind. I thought that something was weird. That's why we double check. All right, there we go. Yeah. So it's not that much better still. without Xiangling's shield up, it's only 5% better. It's 5.4% better. Right. Which is not crazy. That's with C2, right? Where C2 should increase the difference we see. But we should see that number be slightly higher with Xiangling's shield up, but that's not always a given, right? So even, honestly, even the kind of my conclusion I think right now is, even with C2, it kind of feels like it's not that relevant to farm Reverie. Like for a 5% increase. But especially if you're like in the context of like if you're gonna use Emilie with Kniech, I think just having like, if you're gonna do like high investment things, you know, or just LOL get lucky things like me, I guess. And if this was on the Polearm account, right? Say I was getting Kniech, right? Having Emilie on Deepwood and having C2 would probably be better for Kniech's damage, and probably better overall for team damage than having Emilie on Reverie and only having C2 Emilie, right? Is kind of like that. That's like it's like at that level of a damage difference, where it's not like it's nothing, but yeah. And anyways, and if you put like, you know, Xiangling on Deepwood here or something, it could be, yeah. But anyways, let's test Xiangling's shield quick, and then we'll figure out the last little bit of math for that.
Let me try
Oh, I need to get energy back. All right, perfect. Do this. Don't kill my Xiangling.
Neutralize.
Here's backup.
All right, 18. What was it? Oh shit. Can you not? 19.4 and 70k? Okay, I might test this again. I feel like I lost... Oh, frick you. Get my energy. I feel like I lost the buff up a little bit there. So I didn't see that properly. Alright. So we're gonna check one more time. It was 77k. Okay. That's kind of what I thought, but I'll double check again. Is C2 even working? Yeah. It does feel like I'm seeing... Does it track? No, it doesn't, because it says the enemies when they get hit. Yeah, those opponents' ender res decrease, so I don't know, it just seems like it's weirdly variable. Like it should be more up than it is, but I don't know. Not gonna worry about it. Okay, Xiangling, you.
Don't get too close. I got you covered.
Okay. 19.4. 77. 19.4, 77. Okay. Sweet. You, like, stop? Dude, go to your next phase. Let me write this down before I forget. So the 19.4 is what I had before, but then I had 67k before, which was not with the res shred going. Like, it kind of seems like the res shred is being counted for the individual hits, but that isn't how res shred works. Res shred is a debuff on enemies. So that's weird. And it's a buff that lasts 10 seconds. I'm not sure what's going on there. If there's something bugged in how they coded it. And we don't need to fight you. What am I doing? So, anyway, so now comparing with Xiangling's shield up, how much of a damage increase? So it was, we got 19.4 thousand on the skill versus 18,000 on skill with Deepwood. So 19.4 divided by 18 is a 7.7% increase. So Reverie with Xiangling shield up is 7.7% better. Ish. Obviously, they're not one-to-one perfect comparison, but it's very close. Like, this is kind of as close as you get in game, when you know, artifacts are RNG. So, yeah. I don't know. Take of that what you will, right? It's like it's 8% better. So 5% better without Xiangling shield. Reverie is 5% better without Xiangling shield. 8% better with Xiangling shield when you have Emilie C2. When you don't have Emilie C2, it's almost exactly the same. 8% better is in the territory of, like, it starts to be, like, maybe properly worthwhile if you use this character a lot. But, like, it's also still in the territory of if you're not that invested in the character, you just want them to be usable, you don't care about optimizing them that much, you don't care about optimizing your clears, it just doesn't matter, right? It's solidly, when you already have the damage increase from C1 and C2 at a baseline and a pretty good build going, it doesn't really matter. I think whether you use Reverie or Deepwood with C2 Emilie, that's my feeling. But, you know, if you want to min-max, yeah, Reverie is better. But it's still not that noticeable of a difference, I'd say, is what that showed. So it matches the numbers that we expect, but is not that actual different. Yeah. So yeah, her build recommendations basically don't change at all with C2. Like I thought it was possible. Like I hadn't done calcs with C2 or anything, so I thought it was possible that Reverie just starts to be like meaningfully better than Deepwood to a degree. It's like, no, you should use Reverie, and like, no, it just like doesn't really matter. It's not that significant. That's my feeling. So yep. Anyways, cool. Someone wanted to see Sino Hyperbloom for some reason. Like, I can only do Sino Hyperbloom on this account with like, I don't know, like what you want to see me do. Do I do double Dendro, I guess? Is that how I do this? Alright, well, we'll do two things. We'll do with Candace like I was doing before, but with so this team, but with Candace instead of Xiangling. And then we'll do double Dendro, remove the Pyro, which is just gonna murder, absolutely murder Sino's damage. But see what happens. Elon is good for Arlecchino. Yep. If you have C6 Candace though, if you have C6 Candace, I do not think Elon is worthwhile to get for Arlecchino. Okay. So I know you. No, whoops, Candace. We'll do Candace last. Okay. So, yeah, also, by the way, because I have my Sino on a higher ER, lower EM build, which means his Hyper Bloom damage is actually not that significant. So again, further reason it's not that worthwhile to do Hyper Bloom, or Quick Bloom Sino, whatever you want to call it. Yep, YSL level 87, because he deserves it. I'm sorry, I just think it's funny, that's why. Okay. So yeah, let's just go.
This will brighten up the place.
Don't get too close. Here's backup. Do your work. Your sins weigh upon your soul. Guilty.
And get a little bit of Dendrocore generation there.
Guilty. You stay condemned.
Yep, see, we lost it. Yep, told you what happened. Yep. It went down to level 2. To be clear, it got back pretty quick because, you know, the C1. But, like, and we didn't get that much Dendrocore generation, right? And yeah, you can see it's not, yeah, it wasn't even level 2 there yet. It took a little bit. So I don't know, like, if the Hydra is really relevant, I'm not saying there's never a reason to like use Candace Burst in this team, but I think it's quite notably worse. But you know what? For the full commit to the idea, let's just remove the Pyro, completely murder her damage, and actually go into Quick Bloom fully, right? This should function. So, you give tips how I can clear floor 11 chamber 1. Sucrose, Kazuha, easiest option. Otherwise, just trying to using your strongest character that doesn't need to have a ton of buffs up constantly. Like for example, I think there's Pyro Slimes. This isn't a perfect example, I guess, but like Arlecchino can usually kill slimes with one hit on most of her attacks, and on like my invested Arlecchino, at least from what I've seen. And that can let you clear, because like if you kill the slimes before they have a chance to even jump to the monolith, you're good, right? That would probably be my basic tips, but I don't know. Look up guides on like, I don't know, 4-star only clears or something for clearing chamber 11. I'm sure someone's made videos on that. I don't know myself the best option. I just, you know, do the lazy option of use groupers. Most easily use, you know, Kazuha. On my Polearm account, though, I just killed them fast. But like, it was one of the more annoying chambers, though, in this Abyss cycle. So yeah, you kill them fast, or you use groupers to pull them away. Or you can actually use Overload smartly, by the way. Overload can be a form of, hey, keep away from the frickin' monolith. Like, so you can actually use Overload smartly as well. You only have Sucrose? Yep, make sure you build enough ER on Sucrose, and then maybe do Overload things, right? Yeah, if you have Chivalrous, exactly. What do I do here? I guess it doesn't really matter in this instance. I just, you know, just do this, and do this, do this.
Through me, justice is served. Your penance is due. You stay condemned. Your penance is due.
Like, Candace, as far as like being able to drive Hyper Bloom, is
This will brighten up the place.
like Sino Hyper Bloom, and this like Candace can drive Hyper Bloom pretty well if you like fully utilize her infusion, get extra application out of her infusion. Like, I don't know, this isn't dysfunctional, right? But I also have no shielder, which is I'm definitely noticing here.
A little ambiance.
Like, it's still cool that it's like function. It's not surprising that this functions, but it's definitely not going to be preferable to. Like, this is worse, I think, than doing Raiden Hyper Bloom, right? But I don't know, if I needed for some reason extra Dendra application for breaking Hydro shields, I guess maybe would be a relevant reason to do this. I think it's not like it's unusable, but I think it's relatively evident. It's not better than the other, like the non-bloom variations of the Sino team that I was playing this stream. Right, especially with the lack of shielder. Whereas if we do... Actually, wait. Is Raiden on a... No, Raiden's not on a Bloom build. Okay, I'm not going to use Raiden then. I don't feel like it. Like, that would be better with Raiden. Especially if I do a hybrid Raiden, right? Where hybrid Raiden can still, you know, get good Bloom damage. More Bloom damage than Sino was getting there. Because she has more EM in a hybrid build. And then can also still get really meaningful talent damage. So, like, if I'm going to do that team, I think I prefer doing hybrid Raiden, right? And then, you know, I don't know. Like, I could do... I could do, like, if this makes sense where, like, I need the extra, like, Dendra application for Hydro Shields or whatever, but also still need meaningful talent damage, then on the other side I could do, you know, the Arlecchino Chevreuse team or something, right? Or Hu Tao Chevreuse team or whatever, right? There's options. Like, Emilie brings a number of potential, like, ways to be utilized for just being a Dendra unit, for sure, is kind of all I'm saying. But it's not probably something I'm ever going to prefer to use. It's just an option if I need it, kind of thing. And I don't know, it's interesting. And like C2 does buff the Hyper Bloom damage a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. It's something. That team is more Sino Aggravate plus Hyper Bloom. Yeah, I mean that's what Quick Bloom is called. It's basically just removing Emilie's main damage contribution to the team. But the only benefit of doing that is, okay, you know, I guess Toma is free for a Chevreuse team, and I don't have to worry about the overload stuff, but I also prefer having the overload usually, because I think it makes it fun to play, and also makes Emilie do good damage. Like, I don't know, right? I don't think I'd ever going to prefer to do that, versus just making Emilie do meaningful damage, but, I don't know. If I need to nerf, maybe I'll do it to nerf Emilie. So, anywho's. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone want to see something else quick? Otherwise, I think I've, like, done most of what I said I needed to do on stream, to be completely honest. There's not much more to do here. Other than, I can log into my main account quick, I think, actually do a very brief bit of farming. I already did some of the farming off camera. I guess, wait, maybe I'll use my, you know, we'll try to get a billet, maybe. Let's get lucky and get a billet. I think, wait. Give me a second. I want to check what boss Kachina needs. I might need certain boss drops for Kachina. It's the only thing you can pre-farm right for the 5.0 characters right now is their weekly boss drops. So, you know, may as well. She uses Arlecchino. Okay, well, I've already fought Arlecchino. I guess we will fight. Have I fought? I don't know why I manually did that. Yep, I already did. Okay, well, okay. Let's fight the frog. It doesn't matter. We're just basically trying to get... I had to use a whole bunch of Dream Solvents for Emilie, so I just want either billets or Dream Solvents. I'm so happy Sino is usable now on this account. It's great. It's fantastic. Kachina's a skip for you. I mean, that's fair. I think she'll be fun, but yeah, there's not much heavy need to pull for her, especially with the rumors of what Xylanen's kit is, but we'll see what Xylanen's kit actually is in a few weeks. Oh yeah, I forgot, you gotta listen to or watch this whole thing.
It is time, Morax.
Let's settle this now. I even have Xiangling here for maximum theme. Alright. I don't know why I did that. I could have just pursued... I know I did that, because I've been getting in the habit of doing that, because, oh my god, he's just dying immediately. Alright. Alright, well, I didn't even get to do anything with Sino. Oh, I should still, I can't even, I want my energy! Alright.
Today, you witness your reckoning.
Like the eye popping up in the middle. Alright. Alright, well, just nuke him down with this. He's got a big hitbox, so he'll probably get hit by most of the hits. Yep, see big hitbox, enemy gets hit by everything.
Earth will not absolve you.
Ow. Why do I have less HP on my Xiangling than I had before? Oh, because he doesn't have a feather right now, I forgot.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it
Can my YouTube chat stop breaking? YouTube, please. When? Cutscene. Alright. Yeah, I pull for every character, or every polearm character I can. Like, why would I not?
This'll brighten up the place.
Don't get too close. I got you covered.
What, you're not taking damage yet? Oh, you don't take damage in this one. Okay.
Surrender.
Okay, cool. Yeah, alright. Oh no, you do. This is her okay, so Emilie's burst targeting just doesn't function on Ajdaha tail phase, I guess, is what that was.
Stabilize.
I don't know. Weekly bosses being jank is nothing new, that's for sure. That was fun. Yeah, boss music is great. Wow. Alright, got no billets and no... Sweet. Useful. Worth. It's fine. Yeah, it was a bit... I have not fought him in a while. I hope Xiangling is a Kazuha side grade and not stupidly overpowered. Anyone thinking Xiangling is going to be better than Kazuha, even if she does give a Kazuha tier buff, is so vastly underestimating the swirl damage. And how much, like, how valuable Kazuha is for grouping, and how much damage Kazuha can contribute for swirl. Like, she's not going to power creep Kazuha. She might just situationally replace or be an additional, like, version of Kazuha that, and also, like, notably it's people like Kazuha can potentially be, whatever. There's a lot of ways Kazuha can be better with how the artifact set works and with how Xiangling and Skip might work based on what we've seen from the artifact set and how Kachina works. But anyways, it's not going to happen. I will, you know what? I'll do I'll just say it right now. If Xiangling ends up being just straight up better than Kazuha in basically every team that you would put Kazuha in, I will give away 3. You know what? No, I'm gonna spread the love. I'll give out 20 Welkins. There you go. And this will be like, if this happens, it'll be a giveaway through my Discord, by the way. But and this wouldn't happen until like after we actually see what her release kit is, like at least multiple weeks into the beta. So there you go. 20 Welkins for you if I'm wrong. I highly doubt I'm wrong. Then like, she will just do some things that might be situationally better than Kazuha, but it's more like she's just going to be another Kazuha that does maybe some things better, something different, and she's probably going to have a gimmick that restricts her utility a little bit, I suspect. But we'll see. We will see. Yeah, these 250 people here can hold me to my word. I will... If Xiangling ends up just being... not, like, there's basically going to be no situation where she's better. There's no way she's going to be better objectively, always. That's just not how this game works. Like, literally, if you watch my account fixing video today, I showed you Xingqiu being worse than Candace. Because the game is situational. Most of the time, Xingqiu is better than Candace as a Hydro unit choice. But Candace was better in there. So anyways, like, we'll see. We'll see what her kit is like. But I highly, highly, highly doubt she will replace Kazuha. That is not going to be what she is, I don't think. But if I'm wrong and she ends up replacing Kazuha in the vast majority of teams that you'd normally play Kazuha in, you know, I'll eat my words and I'll give out 20 Welkins randomly to people. There you go. Did I do it? I did do it. So, anyways. Wait, do I have... here, I'll log on my main account quick and see if I have anything to do there. I can't remember if I have any resin left. Turtle. Hey, look, it's Ajdaha. I deleted him from Genshin and added him to my stream. I hope she has an on-fielder that specializes in buffing off-fielders. Yeah, I agree, Warp. That would be really cool. I think that would be the most interesting thing they could go down, is she can be a on-field damage dealer that also buffs your off-field damage dealers meaningfully. That would be a really cool design gimmick. Do what? The stream title, Lixie Was. I think they were asking if I achieved what I set out to do in the stream title. And yes, I was able to clear without Arlecchino, which is good. Okay. I hope she's just as good, because having 2 Kazuha tier characters sounds fun. Yeah, I agree. Like it, there might be situations where like you might think it's too strong to do Kazuha and Xiangling together, but I honestly don't think there's very many situations you'd want to do that versus just like using Xiangling on the other side of the abyss if you have both of them. Do I have 30 resin? I do. Yay! I need to go fight the whale because if I recall correctly, Mualani uses these, which I already have a lot of those jobs, but I may as well. Is there anyone you haven't made a DPS? Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a reason I've avoided doing much cryo DPS things, because I would like some new things released to start doing cryo DPSing things. Do I like Shiro? Who is Shiro? You? Do I like you? I mean you, no offense, Shiro. I don't know you that well to properly judge much about you at all. Okay, well, the narwhal is annoying as always. Can you come here, sir, before my causal burst expires? Thank you. Yeah, I died. Oops. I forgot she takes damage sometimes. Well, okay. This boss is all kinds of awkward, this team, that I didn't think about. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. That's not gonna hit you, is it? Nope. Okay. Well, goody. If only I had things ready. Okay. Well. Wow. I think something like Sethos doesn't sound bad. I think it's a very great idea to have a character with two ways to build and play. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm kind of hoping Xiangling will be modal in some form. Or like on-field damage dealer, but also can be buffing. How much bass there is in this song. Alright, there we go. Oh wait, I can do this. Oh no, I already used her skill. Frick. Oh. This might be the most awkward I've ever felt this team. Oh god. Okay. Yup. Yup. Whatever. Just kill things, Yai, please. Please, Yai. Please. Spare me. No, don't die. Yai, please. All you need to do is aggravate once. Thank you. This boss is unnecessarily dramatic, I agree. And you're dead. Okay. Not an ideal team for that boss, but you know what? We succeeded. Wow, Dream Solve it. If only that was on the account where I needed them. I mean, that could be good for something. Alright, sweet. I mean, I do still kind of need Dream Solve in here, but not nearly as badly. Anyways. It's too easy to defeat despite being a primordial being. Primordial being, to be fair, is a primordial being that is a pet. It's just a little baby. It's a nice little pupper. It's just like, yeah, it's just a space pupper. Like, what we're doing there is we're beating up a puppy. Would you say, you know, if you in real life beat up a puppy, like, is it that crazy that people in a magical world with magical powers can beat up a space puppy?
Right here. Emerge.
Like, you should just feel bad for beating up a puppy. You shouldn't say it's too easy. I'm joking. Obviously, I would like an option for the bosses to be a little bit harder. Sometimes they can be decently enjoyable with some teams, but usually you gotta like bring on optimal teams in some form. So, you know. Anywho's, yep, good Emilie stream. We cleared on Polearms Only. I know I'm not on Polearms Only right now. And, sorry for slandering Mika on his birthday earlier. Just, I accidentally forget he exists sometimes, but all the time, and, then I slander him. And he deserves it. Because Mihoyo made his kit so much more bleh than it should. I can't believe he's the physical buffer they decided to make. Whatever. Anywho's, need your help fixing my account? I mean, I'm not going to guarantee I'm fixing anyone specific's account. Right now, I would say if you need help urgently, don't count on me to do it. You know, should use whatever. You can use my Discord server, use the build help channel. Seek help, ask questions, for people to give you advice for like what to focus on, etc., etc. I'm not necessarily going to log into your account anytime soon, especially because I already have the next account fixing video planned, which will probably be coming out in a couple weeks. So, anywho's, I will probably stream not tomorrow, I think. Probably stream Tuesday, maybe Wednesday and Thursday as well. I think I want to do at least a couple additional streams this weekend, or this week. Well, actually, maybe not Thursday. You know what, I think I'll probably stream Tuesday, probably do like another account or character review stream, and then probably just a ramble, do whatever in Genshin stream Wednesday maybe, or Thursday, depending on how I'm in the mood to do things. And then Friday I will stream reaction to the 5.0 stream. You know, see what's... well, okay, I was gonna say see what's in store, but I've already kind of... Oh, I have a standard poll. How exciting! See what's in store, but you know, more importantly, see how Mihoyo decides to advertise it to us. Because that's really the important thing. Is how do they choose to advertise it to us? Will they? You know what, Mihoyo? Here, I will. No, I was gonna say I was gonna give it. I don't want to actually give it. I already made one bet this video. I will. What I want to see from Mihoyo for unexpected information from them for the 5.0 stream is to see them announce 4 stars for the entire patch in the announcement stream. I want to see them do that, please. Please do that. Please stop doing this BS where we don't know what 4 star, like it's dumb. Of Star Rail, Genshin, Zenless. Right now, my impression, like Zenless is a kind of, it remains to be seen long term, to be clear, because you know you kind of have to use a lot of 4 stars right now because the game's new. But I suspect Genshin is the game where like 4 stars will remain the most relevant of these 3 games, and Genshin is the only one they don't announce the 4 stars for during the stream. So, like the 4 stars are important, Mihoyo. Frickin' announce this beforehand. Stop being butts, okay? I want to know beforehand. But we'll at least know Kachina, at least, which is the main important factor for me. I don't know. If Kachina is on Mualani, is not on Mualani's banner, that would be a little bit unfortunate. Like if Kachina's on Kenichi's banner, I might get both Kenich and Mualani. Might. If Kachina is on Mualani's banner, I might skip Kenich entirely. So we'll see what happens. Anywho's, Zenless 4 stars are insane, at least for now. Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying, like, for now, it's not necessarily very correct to say that 4 stars are the most relevant in Genshin compared to Zenless. But because of the fact that it seems like they're going to do what they did in Star Rail, they're going to release 2 5 stars per patch, I suspect Zenless will get to a point wherein you mostly end up using 5 stars in the long term, especially because the teams in Zenless are 3-unit teams instead of 4-unit teams. So, you know, I'm just suspecting that in the long term. But for now, they're relevant in both. But either way, it's good that they announced the 4 stars. Because they're nice. And they can be useful in any of these games. So announce them for Genshin. Because I like them. You know, you can make something at least slightly better when it comes to the 4-star experience in the game if you're not going to even change the acquisition system. But anyways, they're probably not going to do any of this. It's probably going to be exactly what we expect. But you know what? Prove me wrong, Hoyle. I want to learn something new from your streams and be more optimistic than pessimistic when it comes to your gotchas. Anywho's, Kenich will probably get Sara, Chevy, and something random. Yeah, that'd be really weird. I honestly feel like, I don't know. If they do, like, they're rerunning Chevreuse with Raiden, right? What, like, if they've chosen that they're only gonna rerun Chevreuse and Raiden banner, then that means either Kenichi or Mualani have Chevreuse and Sara on their banner, neither of which are synergistic 4-stars with either of the 5-stars coming out next patch. So, or they're gonna choose not to rerun Sara for once, which I think would be fine and probably good. I quite frankly, I think that would be what they should do. They rerun Chevreuse with Raiden. Don't bother rerunning Sara because it doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm sorry for Sara enjoyers. It doesn't matter. If you enjoy her, to be clear, you can make use out of her. It's not that hard. But I have not found, like, even though I have found, like, Sara, and she can be a good buffer, and you can, like, use her with Hybrid Raiden or non-Hybrid Raiden, she has never been my preference.
Right here. Emerge.
Never.
Right now.
So, yeah, no. That's my take. Anywho's, lovely your official versus your Sara. Anywho's, it would be a pretty awkward banner for the feature for the Mualani or Kenichi is all it is if both Sara and Chevreuse is on the banner, because they're not synergistic with either of them. So I don't know. It'd be weird. Is my point. We'll see. My bet. Kachina, Chevreuse. They're gonna rerun Raiden with Mualani, and it's Kachina, Chevreuse, and then I would have said Xiangling, because Xiangling would have actually made sense to rerun with Mualani, but instead they chose to freaking put Xiangling here. So, I don't know. Actually, I don't know who the third character would be, but that's my hope. Chevreuse, Raiden, Mualani first half with Chevreuse, Kachina. Do it, Mahoya. There you go. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Yeah, or they rerun Xiangling again. Because Xiangling you might want for vaping a Mualani. Oh, that'd be really funny if they rerun her literally back to back. Oh, that'd be really stupid. But, anywho's, they probably won't. I suspect it will be... maybe like Sucrose would make sense. For doing VV setups with Mualani, right? Sucrose, Sucrose, Chevreuse, Kachina, maybe? I don't know. Not the highest synergy of banner for Mualani possible, but it'd be a good banner for 4-stars. Candace with Mualani? I actually was thinking of Candace with Mualani. The only problem is, I think, Candace with Mualani, I think, would be a case where C6 Candace's Hydra application would be bad. I think you could very much do Candace with Mualani for the normal attack bonus and get meaningful value from Candace there for doing Hydra Resonance, maybe some energy, and being an energy battery for Mualani, and then being a very short field time unit too, and then get some normal attack damage bonus, and yeah. But the extra Hydra from C6, I think, might actually break the ability to do that easily, which is unfortunate. But I'm gonna mess with it assuming I get Mualani. So, I probably will. Anywho's, we'll see. Yeah, it was just rambling. Thanks for joining the stream. Bye-bye. I need to... bye.